Good evening and welcome to Friday night. Hello, Caucasian. Hey, how you doing, Snowy? You all right? Hopefully, you're fine, my friend. There is the link. I'll just better pin it for people just in case anybody does want to come up and say hello, you know. I actually made it on time for a change. Sometimes I'm early, sometimes I'm late, but today just on the bell or thereabouts. I have absolutely nothing planned for this evening. I've got no idea of where this is going to go or how long this is going to be. Hopefully, you like the new banner, so to speak. We've got a few people with eyes on us, so thanks very much. Thanks for attending. Without you, we don't really have a Friday night show at all. Give me a few minutes. I'll finish this. Yeah, okay. You smoke. That's no worries, mate. Take your time. It's just nice to have a few people around on board. Okay, I'm sure we'll think of something. Yeah, we usually do. Oh my, what's going on here? BPA, how you doing? Good evening and welcome. We've been doing quite a bit this week, messing around, etc. You know, trying to sort things out. Getting another sponsorship deal going, hopefully. Um, I've got a meeting tomorrow evening regarding that, so hopefully that'll come through, and we'll have yet another sponsor. We're collecting sponsors as like there's no tomorrow at the moment. I think it's great. By the way, folks, not only does BBA have his own channel, which I hope that you all go to, but he also has a website as well, um, which is well worth stopping by. He's got everything on there from conversational topics to read through to his own merch, etc. UK Transparency, Flu Toy, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Links pinned if anybody wants to come up and say hello. You don't have to at all in any way, shape, or form. We've had 3 shows this week on the website where we don't have to worry about terms of service, and we can have an open and frank discussions. In fact, we did have a couple of open and frank discussions, which is good. We also had the usual sort of shits and giggles to quote somebody else's expression. You know, that was quite good. Flu Toy, hope you're feeling better soon, my friend. Of course, there's no pressure for anyone to attend or to come on up. You do so of your own choice. Um, love the show, hate the show. It's entirely up to you. Northern Sounds, great to see you. Thanks for dropping in. So, we've had a few people who said, well, like the idea of having total free speech, Grim. However, I like YouTube. The two go together to a certain extent, but just remember, folks, on mainstream social media sites, regrettably, you have this little thing called terms of service, which means that you are bound by what they say you can do, what you can't do, um, etc. And I find that a little bit annoying more than anything else, especially when people want to just have a serious chat about different things, rather than talking about one particular subject and not being able to get to the nitty-gritty of what people really want to say, you know. Yeah, I got you there, Mr. BBA. I'll hit the button and bring you up in 2 seconds. Just need to light me cig. Oh,
That was about 6 seconds. Evening.
for some reason I can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Good evening.
Mere 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Can anybody in the chat hear me?
No, it's not my end. It's definitely your end, sir. And you're not
Can,
muted.
can anyone in the chat hear me? Big up the chat, by the way. Good evening to the chat. Respect.
Well, you on here on the transmission, but on the
I can hear you. Yeah, you can hear me.
YouTube.
It's on Grim's side then, not mine.
How strange.
They can hear me
on this side. Hang on.
Grim can't hear me. Does that mean I can sit here and say anything about Grim and he doesn't know what I'm saying? That could be interesting.
BBA can say whatever he likes, and I won't be able to hear him. I think it's great.
Yeah, you can hear me then. You can hear me, you sod.
I don't have to do much to get you do it these days. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good, yeah.
I'm awake.
That's a good one. I thought Sasquatch was just up here.
No, he's coming up. He's on his way. He's tied up, not literally at the moment, but he is tied up.
Kinky.
He's just finishing his breakfast or something.
Oh, I've just finished it.
So, what have you been up to?
I'm not watching videos. Yeah, watching videos.
Transparency. Yeah, lucky you, Grim. How do you manage that?
UK transparency. Good evening, sir.
Gentlemen, there is a secret to it. Apart from the fact that I am partially deaf in one ear, I can actually turn my hearing aids off. So, hold on, it's open to you. Oh, he's gone again. He's muted up.
Again. What did you say?
I said it's open to you. What do you want to, chat about?
I don't know. What's going on? What's going on?
No, not.
What have you been doing? You're always asking your guests what it is they've been doing. What have you been doing?
The usual crap that I do Monday to Friday. Between the hours of 9 and 5, it's called work. Other than that, I've been working on some more collaborations, shall we say, with people. I've got a meeting tomorrow evening with somebody who has got absolutely nothing to do with any of this. However, they're interested in a few things that we do. So that'll be happening tomorrow. I've had a couple of shows, as you know. over on the website,
The website,
one of
yeah.
which you arrived and turned up. And by the way, what was that like for you, not having any restrictions on what you can say?
It was all right. We didn't really say anything that I wouldn't say here. I don't think, did I? Well, maybe a couple of things, maybe.
Well, there were a few things. That's what I mean. I mean, it's nice to have that freedom, you
Yeah.
know. But to YouTube, I still want to make sure that we keep YouTube up and going. Just put that.
How long till they stop us from talking about the illegal migrant crisis in this country?
Oh, give it a week or two. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are, Sasquatch.
Good evening.
Yes, Sasquatch. What you saying, brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I said that to another American guy the other day. He was like, "What does that mean?" So I need to stop saying that. What are you saying? So it means nothing to an American, does it? But yeah, they were like, "What the fuck are you going on about?" I was like, "Oh yeah, shit."
No, it means nothing.
Language barrier.
Americans say "you good" all the time. That's the thing. He was just being a dick.
No, dickhead American.
In fact, when I send a text to my buds, it starts with U, the letter U, G-U-D. You good?
American slang, they murdered the English spoken word a long time ago. Now they do it the same with the written word.
Just like the rest of the inventions on Earth, they were simply made and kept in Congress until we became real.
Northern Sounds. Haven't seen you. Haven't you seen any of our recent videos? I've got to be honest. Hey, don't get any notifications these days.
Yeah.
Or very few, you know. But this is funny. Grim, when has YouTube ever managed to restrict Bear's speech?
Right. I have an opinion on that whole YouTube censorship.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Wake up. Go on then.
I don't know. I know. What, dude? Why did I get singled out there?
I think there's something there going on with UK Transparency taking the Michael. And some text messages I get from my nieces are just random sequence of
there's two
letters.
possibilities there, but either they're not actually just random and it means something, it has real meaning that you should attempt to decipher, or she's got her phone in her pocketbook, bud.
Well, have a safe flight, Northern Sounds. What I shall do is I'll just double check a few things and make sure that you are in my list
too.
Because YouTube are very funny at times, and not getting notifications is annoying to say the least, because I can't keep up with everybody. Because I like to give a shout out to everybody, especially if there's any good videos out. And I'm going to have to stop hopping over to the Americans and sitting on their panels in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I was considering that, and I tried to do that kind of crap by staying up late here, and I ended up in Japanese and Tamil chats. I wasn't up late enough. I didn't make it.
There's a few people who have done that in the past over here and ended up with all sorts of things going on.
I ran into this one very nice fellow named Honey Baby.
Ooh, nice for you.
He was very pretty.
And the compliment to go with it.
Hey, credit where credit's due, man. He painted one hell of a picture.
ladies and gentlemen, it's the first time I've ever heard Snowy compliment anybody.
Oh, really? You're talking to
And
the
you
one
heard it
person.
first here.
You're talking to the one person that refuses to establish a channel choice based on a negative observation. I won't do it. Everyone I know does negative reaction channels. They all have these negative based, but they go and pick things they don't like, then they tell you how much they don't like it. Well, friends, let me tell you something about a negative energy. When it permeates every bit of your work, it devours your entire life, ruins your every action, because you start feeding on that negativity and you bring it into other parts of your life and it becomes just a part of you. I can't do it, man. I'm going to be better tomorrow than I was yesterday.
Ain't that the truth? Amen to that.
I've heard some balderdash in my time.
What are you on about? That was wise words of fucking Sasquatch right there.
Man, you can balderdash it all you want. I don't mind it. It's fine. But in the years to come, when you become older and you grow up, Graham.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I know, that's funny in itself.
Yeah, I'm
I can get this more professional. I can do this. Hold on. When you grow up, Graham, you'll learn that establishing the basis of your creativity on a negative action influences that creativity in a negative fashion. And I've had people tell me that that's bullshit, that you can make good content on a negative basis. And I'm like, but it's hateful.
No, I totally agree.
No one who receives this type of treatment enjoys it. And you are much more likely to retrieve trolls from their group than you are people who support them.
No, you gotta like some trolls, man. Well, actually, no, not like them. Feel for them, man. Feel sorry for some trolls.
A good troll is like a free radio ad. You're not paying much about what they say, you know?
I love trolls. I look after them. I feed them all the BS I can find. And the reason being is that they go out into the world and they spread the word, you know, and then people come back to see what the flaming hell's going on. And then they come in and they find that we are nothing like that at all.
Yeah, bro, they love me, man. They literally love me like a fucking fat kid loves cake, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't have trolls.
Oi, 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 oi. Stop putting yourself down. It's not your fault you like cake.
I love cake.
I might have 2 trolls, and they know me. Like physically, like poke me a couple of times in the chest with their finger, like they know me. For one of them is, oh, Woofy. Eyes on the audit.
We've got Mrs. J in the house. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Shush, they're here now.
And
we have witness.
Hi on trolls. Oh no.
Oh, what's going on there, Mrs. J? Bellows.
I'm sorry, but one of the trolls has just landed, but he's a good troll. Eyes on the audit. How are you doing? Thank you for dropping in and saying hello. Well, more commonly
he's not a troll.
I didn't say he was. Exactly. Apparently, BBA, you'd like anything stored in the fridge?
Bear.
Yeah, definitely. Human remains. They're good. They're good in the freezer. It's a good place to store them.
I need you to do me a favor. You good for?
Oh, favors. Go on.
Yeah. All right. I want you to go to your StreamYard controls, turn off automatic voice cancellation or automatic voice management, the volume, the gain, and turn it down about 15%. You are coming in all kinds of hot.
In other words, you're loud in his ears.
Is that better?
Evening, local. How are you doing?
Not just my ears.
I do raise my voice though, so maybe I should turn it down like another fucking 20%.
You're also starting to crackle a bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way it is, isn't it? My network, mate, and it's shit.
Local.
Get with them.
That sounds very, very interesting. I bet you have such an interesting channel. We should go and check out your interesting. Oh, hello. Lots of yellow vests. I like to see that. Protests. We got shorts. You have a very rounded channel, bud. I am proud of you. This is beautiful. You don't know how many times I go to a channel and I find that they've got nothing but shorts and no videos, nothing but videos, no shorts, no community tab, but shorts and videos. This is good. Let's see if you're about. Ooh, you have a nice about.
I tend to only have live shows recorded. I don't do what Bear does, which is go out and do camera work.
Well, whose channel are we looking at? Who are we on about here?
You know, well, it wouldn't be yours.
What channel are you looking at, Sasquatch? Locals. He's on about locals, isn't he?
Local Experimentalist UK.
Yeah, it's a good channel, man.
I was looking at their stuff. I think I subscribed, but I don't know. Now, you know, it's the weed. It does something to your memory. Don't remember what.
Spooky, how you doing?
Yeah, I subscribed.
Hi, Bear.
Yes,
Spooky. Okay,
yeah,
and you're live streaming, dude. You're the full package. You're the whole freaking package. You're not a snack. You're a meal.
Tomorrow there is one of those wonderful walking queues in London, which is more commonly known as a protest.
I bet you it's nothing like a protest
is about tomorrow. Maybe someone can let us know.
Hey,
yeah, please, somebody go and cover it. Someone local go and cover
it. Absolutely mirror that shit all day. I gives a damn. You start
no
protest. 2 in the morning. I don't care. I'll mirror the damn thing. I'll mirror you and anybody else there that you can find. Put them all on the same screen and correlate them alphabetically if you wish. Everybody's name everywhere. I'll do it. I'll even get
Graham over here. It won't be a protest, man. It will be an organized walk with the police, an organized gathering with the police. It'll be very nice.
That's what I mean. I have no issues with protests. I just find them no longer as effective as they used to be. I think I grew up and realized.
No, we've just learned. I just think we forgot as a nation how to protest.
No, I think
we forgot what protesting is about, man.
No. The government's response to protest has changed. Back 30 years ago.
I was discussing this earlier. Yeah.
Back 30 years ago, before all of this, we had the issue of the government wanting to crack down and stop the protests. But nowadays, they join in as the organizers. They're the ones running the protests. If you don't believe me, go check any protest of the past 18 months. And you will find.
Oh no, I agree with you. I was saying earlier that I don't think. I think if anything, protests almost actually like play into the government's hands. Actually,
can I just butt in just for 2 seconds, gentlemen? And I do say gentlemen loosely. Welcome to Fallen. Not had a chance to say hi because I couldn't get a word in edgeways. These two are like two washerwomen. Tomorrow afternoon, UK time, 1 p.m. And there's also another one on Sunday. So busy weekend for Division, to say the least. Now, I would also say, on the back of what Bear was trying to say, back in the 80s, for all you youngsters who probably never
like
even
myself.
heard of the 80s, right? That was probably the last time there was any direct action in the UK, because 9 times out of 10 it ended up in challenging the authorities, and sometimes in a physical way.
What was that over? Was that the strikes over poll tax?
No.
Was it poll tax?
No, it started with the right to work. It started with, and also there was the anti-fascism movement, and anti-racism. The miners' strike was slightly beforehand, but the miners' strikes and also the journalist strikes back in the late 70s, early 80s, they near enough changed the law, to say the least. And as soon as Thatcher got in power, that's when the unions ended up getting no power at all. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to organise a protest, organise a protest. No problem. Do it. What's the way I put it? Safely, non-violently, but be prepared to defend yourselves if you get accosted by a truncheon. But the police are a bit nicer these days than they used to be. Apparently, they've been to baton training. But, yeah, that's the way I see it. Hello, Indy. How you doing? Yeah, I'm a little bit too old these days to go out on the street and protest in the same way as I used to. But yeah, if I ever get the call to go to arms, I will do.
Fringe conceptualism.
Are you ready for when the government get all of these asylum seekers to turn on us all and they arm them all?
Oh, good. I didn't have to go Fringe. He's already there.
Are you ready for that?
Yep, I'm an American. I'm handled. I got.
Well, you're an American, so yeah. I bet you've got a gun, and I bet you're nice and.
I have so many bullets. So many bullets. It is just the amount of armaments I have in my beck and call. I'm a citizen. Luckily, there's nothing that could go wrong because I have them. They're safe.
There's quite a lot of people who are anti-gun. Have guns here are the bad guys, right? And then all the good guys can't defend themselves when they get fucking robbed and raped and all the other nasty things that could possibly happen.
But you see, one really quick way to turn me from being a good guy into a bad guy is to make it illegal to have my guns. Because suddenly I'm a bad guy, but I still have my guns.
I'm one of the few people who would support us in the UK, Great Britain, anywhere else for us to be given the right to have arms and to bear arms.
I've been thinking on the Second Amendment in the Constitution quite a bit. And you know, I can't find anywhere in there where it says these rights aren't extended to the entire world. It just says that you will defend it.
It's just that you have the God-given born rights.
Do you not?
To which is backed up by a piece of paper.
Necessary? Yeah, exactly. But the Constitution kind of says in the outlay right there at the very beginning during the preamble that it's an experiment and meant to be taken on by everyone. So the only thing that keeps the Second Amendment and the First Amendment from protecting you is your denial of it.
Yeah, well, the thing I'd say about the American Constitution is that you kick the Brits out, and then we're determined to keep us out, which I think is a good thing. I've got to say, and I thought for a third world nation, you're still doing quite well.
Yeah, that's an awful long way just to suck these nuts, huh? It really is, ain't it?
So, anyway, what's going on?
I'm going to play.
Oh, I know. I found a very old video about Scientology.
Oh dear. Let's do it, dude. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I can't. I passed it on for people to have a look at, because although it's old, I thought it was still pretty good. And it wasn't a Scientology. What's the word I'm thinking? First Amendment stroke. I'm going to walk around the block, etc. Several times. It was quite amusing because there was no interaction. But guess what, folks? They still called the police because they were worried about somebody walking.
Oh, Furry Potato got shot walking by a gate filming a synagogue. They shot her through the gate.
They're weirdos, man.
It was actually like a block away from the Scientology building. That's what she was there filming. She went there to go do the whole Scientology trip and went by the synagogue, and somebody yelled at her that she couldn't film. And she was like, "You got to be joking," and rattled the gate, and they shot her.
Sasquatch, I caught these people hiding a kid in a cupboard, man.
Yes, he did. And he's got the evidence on YouTube.
Genuinely caught them hiding a kid in a cupboard.
Yeah, I believe you still want to go back and turn around and double check
to
make sure the kid's okay.
Well, the police got called, mate. So if I go back there too, especially after they were trying to insinuate that it was some kind of hate crime, and if I put it up on the internet, then I'd find myself in court on that.
Oh shit! Send it to me. Send it to me. I'll fucking put it everywhere, dude. I'll send that shit to every freaking auditor I know.
Feel free, man. It's on my channel. Yeah, but genuinely, I catch him hiding. To me, it was. I didn't hear him, right, so I'm not gonna have. It doesn't really wash with me that there could have been a kid playing in a cupboard, because you would have heard them. You would have heard them, and they weren't there. It's not like when I walked in, they were like insinuating, "Quick, hide there." There was nothing like that. It was only when, like, after about 5-6 minutes of being in there, I turned to this what looks like a little book cabinet that's got all L. Ron Hubbard's books on, right, just to kind of like highlight the books. And as I've turned left, this guy's come from the front door, quickly run up behind me, comes around behind the book cabinet and pulls this kid out from underneath it. Very strange, man. Very strange.
Message for you there, Bear, from Mrs. J. London org, here we come.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I hate crime, unless it's on the government.
I don't even like it then, and I have a good reason for this. I hosted a chick who was very pro Antifa, and she tried to explain to me how it was okay to burn down downtown city squares and knock over statues because the government is oppressive. And I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't setting a building on fire arson? And isn't that a capital crime? Possibly attempted murder, depending on if there's somebody in the building. She said, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter because the government's oppressive. And I went, so there's absolutely no discussing laws with you. You don't abide by laws in general. Then I found out she's the same chick who tried to throw the smoke bomb at Mar-a-Lago when Trump came in a couple of years ago. She got arrested and shut down by the fucking Secret Service.
We're not talking about, I'm talking regarding the overthrow of government to give us back our own rights and our own
I can agree with the terms she set down. I do not agree with the policies of burning down private property to get a point across. That's where I draw the line.
Hashtag kiddie in a cupboard.
Yeah, it sounds like some IKEA stuff there, bud.
Yeah, it's a special sale from Scientology.
Wait, no, what was the name of that online thing that literally got shut down? Wayfair, was that it? They got shut down for trafficking. I think it was Wayfair.
I don't know.
There was one of the online cabinetry delivery things that got shut down for either using underage kids for work or for actually delivering them. I can't remember which. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, it was Wayfair, wasn't it? Uh-huh. Maybe you just got your
no.
organizations mixed up, bud. Maybe you were in a Wayfair house and not a Scientology
Safe
house.
Got child trafficking.
No, they're weird people.
That's what they were involved in.
Yeah. Sound like the same
Thank
group.
you, Mrs. Shea.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mrs.
Any sort of trafficking, I think, is wrong. Because whether it be child trafficking, which is, of course, worse, I suppose, than what's happening elsewhere, but you've got a mixture. I mean, all these people who pay hundreds and thousands of pounds, to get from A to B, and to be able to get into the back door, where all you need to do is to go over to Mexico and walk across the border.
Dude, you could do it with like a pair of flip-flops. In fact, I was looking at this stuff in the previous bill that our lovely Congress has passed, and I got looking at it and realized that it would be financially beneficial to me if I could sneak out of the country and come in illegally. I'd get free health care and all kinds of other crap.
Oh, bro, listen, man. Have you not heard? Have you not heard what we're offering?
No,
Bro, get yourself a dinghy, get yourself across that Atlantic, yeah, and mate, everything is free.
Passport.
The
At
Atlantic
least for the next,
I
I know it's big, so it's very risky. It's very risky, but hey,
Yeah, halfway across. Don't forget to miss the iceberg as well.
It's very risky. But
You're straight north. You get out there, your next stop is the Arctic Circle.
or all you got to do is get yourself a flight to France, okay, and then from France get yourself a dinghy and come to Britain, and everything is free. Everything. You can have everything. We'll buy you takeaways every night. Give you duty-free cigarettes. We'll give you everything. And then you can sit there and moan about it as well. You can moan about how bad the food is. You can moan about how bad the rooms are. It's okay, because we'll just keep giving you money.
I can't get rid of Old Bess. My AK is my AK, and it is mine. It belongs to me and no one else. I can't get rid of my AK, man. That's just crazy talk.
Say that's the only. That is the only thing.
Definitely be a gun.
Yeah, you won't be allowed to bring guns over.
Yeah, you'll have to give them to the government as you come in.
Do it. No. Refuse.
We don't have a problem there.
My responsibility is to keep my safe. They won't keep it safe. It will get sold to some criminal to go sell on the streets, and then I'll feel bad because Old Bess got used in a crime. I can't have that. Old Bess is a good gun. She does not deserve that.
Well, you wouldn't want to come here anyway because you have no rights at all.
Do you actually own an AK though? Yeah.
But this is why I have Old Bess. You see, the UK says I have no rights, but Old Bess, she disagrees. She says that I have rights wherever I can reach with Old Bess.
I totally agree. But you wouldn't be allowed to bring Old Bess over here.
Right. Unfortunately, I just don't think I'm going to make it, fellas.
No, I know. There's no chance of me going over and seeing you and saying howdy.
So yeah, we'll go out shooting. It'll be great. Yes, sir.
I've been offered. If you ever get over to the States, people have turned around to me and said, "We'll take you to the local pharmacy where you can pick up what you want because it's perfectly legal, and you don't need to worry about anything. And I've got some real prime grass you can have. It's been around for ages, just mellowing out.
Ready. Life, man. They love guns. They love weed. Shit, man.
Hello, Shirley. How are you doing?
I can sit on my
Hey, Shirley. Big up, gal. Respect. Hope you
I
well.
can sit on my front porch with my rifle, my bag, and my shots. and drink.
Is it,
And
is it legal over there to shoot people on site?
As long as I don't leave my front porch, I'm on private property, and it is perfectly legal for me to possess all of that stuff in the same place. What is illegal is for me to go into public either drunk and armed or high and armed. I can't go into public high.
If someone steps on your property and refuses to move, can you shoot them?
Not here. However,
But in certain states, yeah.
If they enter my house forcefully, I will leave them riddled with bullets, and I will send their mama.
I like that.
I will send his mama my cleaning bill for the carpets. Savage.
Now there are certain states though, right, where you pretty much can shoot someone step on your property.
That's the way it reads if you read the law, but the way it's actually interpreted is there's a certain amount of logical intent involved. Somebody just standing in your yard screaming does not deserve a bullet. But if they start
debatable.
I understand after a few days it gets wearing, no doubt. But you can call the cops, they'll come and divest them of their location, and they'll at least have to come back if nothing else. But if they start kicking shit over, knifing your goddamn truck or stuff like that, yeah, you can cap them.
See, we couldn't do none of that.
The day was stood in your yard.
And it takes a week for them to turn up.
Hang on a second. You're not acting on behalf of the police there, are you, by shooting them for actually using their right to free speech?
Oh, no, I never act on behalf of the police. I call the police to do paperwork. That's what they're for.
That's all right. Oh, he said you were pen pushers.
Yeah, I am. Get a fucking cap in your ass, man.
Specifically in my town, if I discharge a weapon in my yard, I am guilty of a felony. That felony is derived from the fact that this is a bird sanctuary, and any attempt to fire on a bird is felonious. And so it's a felony first. I go to jail, I get fingerprinted, they take my firearms, we have this big long conversation, they count the number of dead bodies versus the number of shots, and then they turn me loose, give me all my guns back, send me home. Because I didn't shoot at a bird. That one out.
Cowboys, where are the Indians? Oh, wait a minute.
Exactly. A couple of blankets cleared that whole issue right up.
The Americans, after they got rid of, well, probably even before when we were still arguing with them as the British back in the day, they were very good at going out and conquering whatever they wanted, as in the so-called
might have had a
white
experience
cowboys. Because in the Wild Wild West, there was no law until Will Smith turned up.
We like to think the British Empire was fucking huge.
Allegedly.
See what you got, right?
And it all got given away.
No see.
Oh.
It's Purple Spliff. Greetings and salutations.
How are you doing?
Imagine where we could be now if that British Empire was still fucking strong. Imagine where we'd be now.
156 different island states. Yeah, that's exactly. Because I'll tell you something. You can say that. You ever been to Florida? You ever heard about Florida? You really think you could rule that shit? We don't rule it. We just let it happen down there.
No,
feel like state is this whole thing.
That's about all I know about Florida.
They got Florida, the sun city of every state wants to have, with rivers of red flowing down the pavements. Or have I misunderstood that?
Oh, well, it's not California. Florida is like the opposite of California along the same vein, right? So Florida really, really, really wanted to be a blue state, but just never quite got over its care for its own citizens, right? And so they openly welcomed Cubans that were crossing the little channel over yonder and hopping in. I mean, open arms, brought them in, gave them hotel rooms, hooked them up with jobs, set them up. These are Republican voting Cubans now. And so when you have people that come directly from a fallen communist nation, they generally don't vote left. So I hate Florida. I've hated Florida my whole life. Every time a hurricane blows through, we get more crazy in Georgia than I can check a stick at. But you got to give it to them. They certainly know how to stick to their guns.
Yeah, they love the guns. It's Mrs. J's, but
this one. Spooky. We learn from our mistakes, and one of the mistakes was in our past was that we gave the Americans independence and didn't take it for ourselves. And don't mean America, our own independence. We actually said, there you go, here's a bit of paper, and we buggered off.
I've always wondered
why they wrote what they wanted on it.
I never understood it. Like Australia. Australia is a penal colony, much like Georgia. The difference is Australia was entirely a penal colony for the majority of its establishment, whereas Georgia was a penal colony. Florida was not. It was Spanish. Virginia was English. You know, there was a good spattering of different cultures already kind of inserted. The penal colony was an amalgamation of all of English and European jail systems you can imagine, mostly debtors. So we got a good concept here.
We did give away the
we did, didn't we?
Constitution, so to speak, because the American Constitution is based on what we loosely call common law.
There's also a lot of influence from the Cherokee Congress, that whole North American union of Native American. You kind of call them individual city states, but they didn't have a specific locations. It was the greater tribes of the Southeast and Northeast. They all banded together and wrote themselves a constitution that reads almost identically to the American Constitution, and they did it 60 years earlier. Can I just
want to highlight what Fallen said, that independence was brainwashing. I totally agree. The thing is, and I disagree with Mrs. J, yeah, we lost the war, but at the same time, we gave up our, and some people are going to shoot me down for this, our God-given right to be free.
These things are related. These are not related points. The reason
no, I'm having different conversations. I'm always doing.
And what I'm saying is, y'all giving up that right, as you put it. I don't think you gave it up. It was taken from you by the powers that be.
Well, we allowed it. So from that point of view, we lost it. We allowed it.
You also don't have grizzly bears.
No, you can keep them.
You don't have cougars.
I mean, we've got proper shit out here, bad.
Bobcats?
I have out of this country.
Wolverines. I'm not sure you need a gun.
The other thing is, of course,
wrong side of a badger there. Fuck you up.
Richard, how are you doing, mate? I've got to say that you can also keep your Sasquatches over there as well, especially if they're walking around with AKs.
My kind of Sasquatch.
Anyway, enough about history and all that garbage. I mean, I don't believe what was taught to me in school. Never did do. Hang on a second, to go to school. Can't remember that far back.
Bud, I can change the subject with a question. How do you feel about copyright claims? Are we trying not to be claimed? It's not a strike. It's just claimed by Ray Stevens. Your call, bud. I'm not going to force it. I also did Hurt, the Johnny Cash version of Hurt as sung by Mr. Snuffleupagus.
You want to put something there, do something, do something. You know, it's never stopped you before.
It's
Just
certainly
remember the terms and conditions.
Are you?
I don't want to be shut down.
No,
No,
I'm not.
copyright. It's nothing, man. Copyright claims.
Joking, and
something.
Snowy knows it.
It is something. It's not nothing, but it's not supposed to affect your channel in any way. Although,
so the only thing that's going to happen yet is if you were monetized. All it does is basically saying that if you were monetized and you were to bother to monetize that bit of content with that in it, then the revenue that makes will go to the copyright holder.
there is one other effect.
It can sometimes block certain countries.
Screw all that. When you have a copyright claim on a video, I don't care if it's 10 seconds in a 5-hour video, that entire video is blocked from the remix feature of YouTube. You can't use it to make shorts. That's why.
Yeah, don't forget. I've not just. I mean, I don't mind about the claims. It's neither here nor there to me. It's more to do with the fact that a clown decided to put in a strike. So I've got to be careful until March.
I dig that. I haven't. The closest I've gotten to a strike was trying to play the wrong movie. I had 2 versions of the Last Woman on Earth, and I did a full showing of The Last Man on Earth, public domain movie, no problem. Started The Last Woman on Earth, and the very first thing I said about it is, wow, this looks really good. And those words echoed in my brain the whole stream until I realized, wait a second, this is the wrong one. This is the digitally remastered one that I downloaded to see it, just to watch it. And I've got another one that's all trash, and we're going to watch it. And they kicked me off. Soon as I realized it.
Never mind.
Oh, Grim, can I take a promote a channel?
You can promote whatever you wish.
I ain't got the link, so I don't know if one of the mods can maybe put it in the chat. But it's called BA Audits. They've only got a couple on there, but I made a little shout out video earlier and put that out. And yeah, I said I'd try and give it a shout out everywhere I go. So BA Audits.
Never heard of BA.
It had like 6 audits. 6 audits. It had 6 subscribers when I found it today. So I don't know what it's on since I've put that video out.
Yeah, by all means, if anyone can find the link, please post it.
In auditing, then please do subscribe. Say the Grim Reaper radio show sent you.
There's
BA Audits.
I have one that's 42 subscribers.
For all those people who aren't 100% certain, I think that's the correct translation.
Or if you can't find the link, then like I say, I have put a video up this evening, and you'll find the link in the description of that video. So you can always subscribe that way. But if people could sub, I'd much appreciate it. And so would they.
Not a problem. If you remind me there, I'll do something and post it tomorrow.
Yep.
On that. So, Snowy, are you going to show this, whatever it is you wanted to show?
I thought you said no. I thought you were scared.
I didn't say no. I didn't say no, and I didn't say yes.
I'd have offended you. I do apologize. Hold up. I gotta get back to where I can get back to it. There we go.
More than that to offend me, Snowy.
Oh, well, looky there. So it seems like I picked up a couple of subscribers since the last time I looked. That's neat.
BA Audits. It's a small A, by the way, and they've now got 44 subs.
44, yeah.
So let's get them up to at least 50, guys and girls.
All right. So I was sitting around, and my brother told me, he's like, there's this one song you always did real well. I was like, what's that? He said, Mississippi Squirrel Revival by Ray Stevens. And I went, okay. So I came back here and I tried to lay it down, and I couldn't do it. I just can't hold those notes. I can't sing, is what it comes down to. But you know what it turns out I can do? I can pretend to be Alex Jones. And apparently Alex Jones can sing. I didn't know.
Well, maybe you can do it in as Alex Jones.
So that's what I did. I've got stuff going on. I'm working on it, bud. Like it takes a second to make things happen. And I don't want to be all over the screen when I do it. So here, have a gander at this. Oh, Lorenzo, give me a cup of coffee and a couple of those power bars. Dear God, I think they're turning all the squirrels gay. Oh, I'll tell you a story. It's a little story from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi to visit my granny in her antebellum world. Oh, I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees free as a song. And one day, I happened to catch myself a squirrel. I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and I punched a couple of holes in the top. And when Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I was sitting way back in the very last pew. I was showing him to my good buddy Hugh when that squirrel got loose and it went totally berserk. Well, what happened next was hard to tell. Some thought it was heaven and others thought it was hell, but the fact that something was among us was plain to see. Oh, as the choir sang, I surrender all, the squirrel ran up Harv Newman's coveralls, and the squirrel jumped to his feet and said, something got a hold on me. Yo! The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in a sleepy little town of Pascagoula. Oh, it was a fight for survival. It broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, hallelujah. Well, Harv hit the aisles dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion. Others thought he had a demon. And Harv thought he had a weed eater loose in his Fruit of the Looms. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and the squirrel ran out of his breeches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. Oh, all the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha, better than you, who'd sat watching all the commotion with sadistic glee. But you should have seen the look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs, and she jumped to her feet and said, Lord, have mercy on me. Well, as the squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry and then to confess sins that would make a sailor blush with shame. She told of gossip and church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention was when she talked about her love life, and then she started naming names. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church of that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival, and it broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, hallelujah. Well, 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 got raised, and 50 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications, and we all got rebaptized, whether we needed it or not. Now, you've heard the stories of Moses, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass all the miracles God has wrought in this old world. Well, the one that I'll remember to my dying day is how he put that church back on a narrow way with a half-crazed Mississippi squirrel.
There you go, bud.
Nice one.
Yeah, you like that?
Nice.
I did a
Yes.
hurt Mr. Snuffleupagus too.
You have to dig that one out.
Today. I got to dig it up. I haven't released that one yet.
Dig it up. We'll play it anyway.
Okay, I need some visuals for it. I don't have the visuals, you know. And I don't think I can use Mr. Snuffleupagus because I think they'll like freaking strike me for it. Pretty sure. You like that? Thank you, Miss J. Dude, let me tell you how that got laid down. All right. So I tried to sing the song legitimately. I probably got 50 takes of me failing to sing that song. I did that Alex Jones impression in one take. like it was meant to be, dude. And it could have been a Hulk Hogan impression if I wanted it to be, you know.
I'm glad it wasn't.
All you got to do is add the word brother to the end of the sentence and it becomes a Hulk Hogan impression. That's all it really takes.
I just want to welcome Anoniku and also Brandon. Yeah, I bet you couldn't talk like that Hulk Hogan on a regular basis.
Oh, I can to a certain extent. I can do about 2 hours a day without actually having a sore throat. It takes me about 45 minutes to work up a good head of steam as Alex Jones when I start talking about the gay frogs and people eating their faces off, devouring the baby, and Nancy Pelosi being in the Speaker of the House for 473 years. I can lay it down as long as you want, bud.
On the edge of Hulk Hogan.
The guy who's doing this, yeah, on the edge of Hulk Hogan. You're right. You're not wrong. All right, brother. Everybody, listen. We're gonna go down there. Oh yeah, we can also do the Macho Man, Randy Savage. That one's a little more painful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he was anyway.
Gotta do, man, is snap directly into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, I never did what the hell is a Slim Jim, by the way?
Okay. So America was raised on a particular food back in the day, two in particular. One was dried jerky. The other was dried fish. When you put that with the herbs and grains and fruits and dried stuff that we also have, you get a material called pemmican. Pemmican was mashed up nuts, grains, different stuff that was dried out real dry, and a bunch of meat, whether it was fish or a deer or whatever. And then it was put into the small intestine of a goat and dried. And Slim Jims are a very generic version of beef jerky, right? That is based off of early pemmican methods of travel, where it would look like a sausage, but you'd cut off little slices of it and eat bits of it while you were walking, right? This is Oregon Trail food. We're talking like pre-refrigeration, all of that. So a Slim Jim is basically, nowadays, it's beef jerky, right? Or it's some kind of jerky. But the tube that it's in is like a cellulite artificially made thing. They're really, really narrow and really tiny. And it's a brand name of a beef jerky Slim Jim.
Right.
They're supposedly low fat or something, but their sodium content is unreal. Is it after 5:30 there?
I suppose that, with every type of food, there's good things and bad things.
Sure.
I mean, someone was trying to convert me to being a vegetarian, but there's only one problem. I couldn't find any meat.
Yeah, right. I looked all over that menu. Look, no, I tried to date a vegetarian back when I was in high school. She was like, "Oh, I'm vegetarian," and it was really funny the way it happened because we were hitting it off really, really well. 2 or 3 dates went down without a problem. This is before I knew I was allergic to beans. And so I just dealt with the upset stomach and didn't say nothing about it, right? So a couple of meals went down: vegetarian tacos, vegetarian burritos, cellulose. My bad. They weren't murdering people. They were just drying out some deer, wrapping it in organic plastic, I guess. So we're dating, everything's going fine. We've gone out for a couple of weeks, and we made it clear to each other when we started that we weren't exclusive. This wasn't a girlfriend-boyfriend situation. We were both still, as you would put it, in the market. So when she shows up at a party at my house with another guy, that doesn't upset me because I'm here with a different girl. It upset her. However, that wasn't what broke the whole thing. When she shows up and realizes I've been cooking a pig for 3 days. And she's like, "How could you do that?" And I said, "With charcoal." She realized this was not going to work. I was like, "I live on a farm. I am on a farm. We farm animals. We also plant plants. You know what we do with those plants? We feed them to the fucking rabbits."
And then eat the rabbits.
And then we eat the rabbits. Yes. Man, a barbecued rabbit is a rare treat. Dude, slow cooked over a campfire, man. There is very few things on this earth that are they're gamey, they're tasty, they're delicious, a little bit of salt, and they're great on their own. Gravy, you can't beat them. Some biscuits and rabbit gravy is some of the greatest stuff ever created on earth. Sausage gravy is a pale imitation of it. Poutine couldn't hope to be that good. However, you take a little barbecue sauce, a little slow approach to cooking that rabbit, and that meat gets so tender it just falls right off the bone, and the sauce breaks down that outside layer, and you get this lovely little peppery bark on the outside. And oh my dear, no, they matter as long as they feed me. Yes, sir.
Sorry, the Fallen says rabbit lives matter.
Yeah, they do.
He said Bugs Bunny.
What's up, Doc? Man, what's up, Doc? I never did get a good Bugs Bunny done. I can't find it, dude. Hold on. I know what's that. No, it's in Satan's guest list. That's a failed series that'll never see the light of day. Back when I started my channel, I started 5 different series. One was For the Win, where I went and found somebody doing something awesome. One was Posting the L, where I went and found somebody screwing up real bad. It was amazing how many forklifts were involved in that series. And then there was Odin Seas, where I went and found somebody hurting themselves or doing something absolutely amazing. Usually hurting themselves.
Okay, message for you from Mrs. J. No boiling bunnies videos, has she?
No, I don't video none of that. Although my very first idea for a channel was to name my channel Fire and Meat, and just show slow motion, high quality shots of cooking various cuts of meat. 2-hour video cooking a steak. Slow motion replay, recuts, jump cuts, fades, transitions, the whole 9. Dude, I got real shit faced one night, explained the whole thing to a buddy of mine. That fucker went home and started the channel.
The fortune outlet.
He's got 5,000 subs.
I've watched a few videos. They're silent. There's a couple of people who do it, and they show how they cook this fabulous food. And the one ingredient they've all seem to have, meat.
Yeah.
Hello, well, James. How are you doing?
Actually, there is a condition that is almost unknown the world over, except for in the hinterlands of the Rocky Mountains over there. There was a condition called rabbit starvation. This is a condition where the lack of the, I guess you'd call it a micronutrient of tallow. Without tallow, your brain can't fire off neurons, right? You cannot. There is no, zero, zilch, none, no source of tallow in a vegetarian diet. No such thing. Tallow does not come from vegetables. So 1 piece of bacon every 2 or 3 months is enough to keep your brain firing neurons properly. It doesn't take much. A little bit is fine. But it has to do with the fatty deposits that build up in your brain when you have a bad diet. Well, when you have the wrong diet, those go away and you become basically a stumbling zombie. You can't sleep. You don't have an appetite, but you eat anyway. Your autonomic responses start going weird. You'll get a cold that you don't actually have. You're not actually sick, but your nose is running and you're coughing up stuff. But it's because your brain's sending the wrong signals to your lungs and your heart and stuff. And you can, no joke, I'm not even joking. You can take your finger and drag it through some bacon grease and go, and you're good for 2 or 3 months. It's crazy, but it exists. And it's a byproduct of eating too little tallow. And the reason it's called rabbit starvation is when people started cutting into the Smoky Mountains, rabbits were everywhere. They were so easy to trap that they didn't bother hunting. They would just eat rabbits. I mean, they're everywhere. You said dig a hole, put a ring in it, and you'd catch one. You didn't have to use bait. They were everywhere. And so people just ate rabbits. And we found a bunch of their camps after, 1890, 1900, we started finding people dead in camps. And we'd read their journals and be like, oh, well, they didn't eat anything but rabbits for 4 months.
Hence the reason why Trojan has said you can also starve to death if you eat, if all you eat is rabbit.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Rabbit starvation. That is a clinical thing, and no joke. And these people, after the first rush of folks went over there and didn't come back, the people who went after either brought pigs with them or would bring a huge side of freaking bacon as part of their pack, and it would be kept dry and salted, and you'd cut off little pieces of it and you didn't cook it. You just ate the little chips because it didn't take much to keep you from dying.
Tallow is beef, fat, lard is pig fat.
Right. But they both serve the same biochemical purpose in the brain. It doesn't matter where I can't remember the actual chemical compound of it, but it's found in both of them. It's the oily bit that's part of the solids. It's not the solid. It's the liquid. And it's in both of them. A very tiny bit is found in fish. I don't know if it's enough, but there's some.
It's not the omega-3, is it? That they keep talking about. You've got to have fish because the oils are good.
Oh my God. Beef bone broth is unreal. See, I believe that bone marrow is the reason we are what we are. That without that one thing, we wouldn't be what we is. Can I get weird?
Well, I like beef dripping and things cooked in it. Trouble is, it's so expensive, but it's not just that it's expensive. The amount of grease it can cause in the kitchen if you're cooking with it is horrendous over a period of time. However, on saying that, I would rather redecorate every 6 months or so and enjoy food.
Right. Thank you. We used to have this stuff down here you could get in a can, and it kind of it looked like a little butter bowl, a little butter dish, right? A little country crock or whatever plastic thing, but it was a can inside that little plastic doohickey. You pop open the top, and then you peel the top back like a can of sardines, and it was bad. I'm an American, so y'all be gentle. Say what you like.
Mrs. J, I can't comment on that because if I did, I would upset women who are menopausal. Because, I mean, I never realized that fish could be used as a cure for mad cow's disease, but it's another story. Sasquatch is there thinking, should I laugh at that one or not?
Well, Food Toy, can't we all just hit a bong? I mean, do we have to differentiate? I told you about the Sasquatch I saw. He was a bikini wax from voting Democrat. So I'm not sure there's a difference on that.
Well, Sasquatches could be alien.
I think they're interdimensional.
Yeah.
That's why everybody sees fuzzy shit when they see Sasquatch. When they film it, it's always fuzzy. I think they're just fading the frick out. They just leave. I mean, it would make sense. They would walk a few steps and then fade away, right?
Yep.
If they went
Trojan,
to another,
yes, thin ice is a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thin ice. I totally agree. Skating on thin ice is always good. You just got to know when not to fall in.
Because I get to make that decision.
Never mind. Some jokes are funny. Some jokes upset the snowflakes in life.
I disagree.
I don't
I
mind.
think all jokes are funny. It just depends on your perspective of the joke. Not the joke's perspective. The joke is the joke. You can't control that. But your perspective in relation to the joke determines whether or not you find it funny. For instance, if you are a handicapped person and the joke uses the handicapped person as a butt for a joke, then you may be offended because that joke pertains to something that pertains to you. However, if you are not that type of handicap, shut up. It doesn't belong to you. It's a joke. Get over yourself. The joke is, but for the grace of God, go I. Every joke has a but. There are no clean jokes, Grim. Tell me one clean joke, I'll shut up.
I
Not
can't
one.
disagree with you at all.
Okay.
People take offense these days at things that are funny.
Okay.
And everything became PC. I think jokes have suffered this disease called PC.
And there are some politically correct jokes, but it's poking fun at political correctness, not that they're politically correct. That's not what makes them
funny. I get told off quite a lot for some of the comments that I say. And I have been told, no, don't say anything. And I said, why? Because we don't know what's going to come out of your mouth.
Oh, I found it. There it is. I got it. Okay. I don't have any visuals for this, and it's almost 4 minutes long. But if you want to interrupt it, go ahead. I've got it set up to play. I think you'll hear it. I'm not sure. Tell you what, let me know if you can hear this. We'll play it when you're ready. But let me know if you can hear it now. Come on. Say something. Lorenzo, can you hear that? I told you. Okay. Let me know when you want to play it off. I can do that stuff. But
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to listen to something which apparently is a cure for insomnia. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. There's no visuals, allegedly.
Well, all right.
Said it.
Has anybody in chat seen My Son Hunter? The movie that was made by The Wire, the Daily Wire, I think. Okay.
I haven't personally.
In My Son Hunter, there are, I think, 10 scenes that involve Hunter mentioning an individual by the name of Lorenzo, right? As part of a joke, I was watching the movie with a bunch of people, and as part of a joke, I adopted Lorenzo as the name of my imaginary assistant. And from that, developed an idea of what if Lorenzo worked in different places and had some stuff from the places she worked, right? What if the places she worked were the different movie houses around here and there after, or you know, it was just this stupid joke. And that's kind of where this idea has grown from, is the idea that my assistant used to work at different places and has lost media from these things, such as Alex Jones singing the Mississippi Squirrel Revival, or Mr. Snuffleupagus singing Hurt. Now, this was my first try at this, and it's not flawless, but it's not great either. So y'all work with me on it. You ready for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it going to work? Function. Oh, there we go. Lorenzo, I told you I don't want to sing again. Okay, Lorenzo. One more time. But just for you. I heard myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, That old familiar sting, try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? You're my sweetest friend, bird. But everyone I know goes away.
Hey, go, Freddie. You all right, mate?
And you could have.
All the way from London, mate.
Oh, good.
Hello?
Hi. How are
Hey,
you?
go, Freddie. You all right, mate? All the way from London, my old mucker. All the way from London. Hello, mate?
Hi.
Hello.
Greetings and salutations.
Hello.
Hello, mate. You all,
You're
fella?
live. You're live.
Hey, go, fellas. You all right? Yeah. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, so, come on, boys. All good. We're all good, aren't we?
All right. We're great. I'm fantastic. I'm black. He's hot. You're mad. We're good.
No, I ain't mad. I'm all the way from London, mate. England.
Fantastic. I want you to look around and see how many dark-skinned people you can count in the next 10 seconds and then compare that to the number of light-skinned people.
Oi,
Let me
listen,
know what it
fella.
looks
Oi, fella.
Real quick.
Oi, fella. Oi, fella. Oi.
Right.
Oi, just say that
Right
again.
now.
Just say that again. Oi, lads. Just say that again, my old mucker. Just say that again. Just say that again.
Still again.
Please, can you repeat that again?
I was
American
wondering,
boys.
what is the demographics of the room you're standing in? Are they shady types or are they lighty types? Is my question.
Wait. Oi, listen, my old mucker. They're proper, yeah?
Right?
They're proper.
You're there.
Yeah.
Physically, you're really there. You can answer the question, right?
Also, can you know?
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, hit me with it.
Or just thought I'd jump in your little chat, ask things. I mean, all the way from London.
Fantastic. All the way from Georgia.
Oh, love it. Look.
Welcome to the show, bud. Good to see you. I'm glad you didn't take that bait. That could have been nasty. That was awesome.
Look. Put it this way. I know what I know. You know what you know. And if anything, I'll go back to American history. Irish. I'm Irish. You know?
I'm Irish.
Irish the same. So it's New York, maybe. That's me. But let me tell you something about you Southerner boys. You're proper. You're a different breed. You're all bastards.
Well, that's interesting. My father would be interested to hear that.
Well, come on. Come on. That's how I look at it.
All right. So what you got going on over there? You're in London. You're looking at what? What are we doing? What are you doing? What are we doing?
Well, I'll tell you what, Lim, what's the best bloke out there at the moment?
I'm sorry. I didn't catch all of that. Try again.
No, I didn't.
I'll tell you, what's the best smoke out there at the moment?
At the moment, it is called Zowers, spelled with a Z, but I'm fixing to cut into something called Fatso, and it's going to make me real. Zowers, Z-O-U-Z, Zowers, Z-Z-O-U-R-Z.
Oh, right. We was getting shit I really like Zope or something.
Oh, no, that stuff is
not-
choky, dude. It will hurt you.
Yeah.
It hurt me. I'm a professional.
Wait,
Colin,
to
you
be
need
fair,
to
mate,
slow
to
down
be-
a bit.
All right.
Only
wait,
because
yeah.
people can't quite catch what you're saying. And
Yeah,
that's
but
the
you're-
English people.
British, ain't you? You're British, though, ain't you?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I'm from a southern state and we talk slow, and it kind of confuses me when you talk real fast with an accent. It bothers me.
But
I
how
can't understand you.
if I talk like you? Can I
You
get
can
away if I could speak like you?
But when I
Well,
do
that's
it,
a-
it sounds cultured. When you do it, it sounds
And I
like you've.
come back from the south, and I feel like I want to go. No.
Done. What have we done?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Da ding, da ding, 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 da da ding, ding. Come on, get the banjos out.
You just convinced me, bud. You just convinced me. My next one is going to be a version of 1814. I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm going to probably. I know what I'm
Wait,
going to
listen,
do.
Mel,
It'll be,
wait, listen, I'm just reaching out, Jeff. Big up. You know what I mean? But
yeah, man. No sweat. You're doing good.
But remember,
You sound like fun, Brad. I'd like to hang out and drink a beer with you. I think it'd be great.
yeah, and then I'll come at you. You want me to speak the South without rebound, and I go to the bottoms of the depth. Never no one can test.
You've definitely got the
Never
drawl. I'm
you.
proud of you.
I can tell you. I can tell
No.
you this much: you just never know what's going to happen on a Friday night, do you?
Welcome to Georgia. If you don't like the weather, give it a minute. It'll change.
Boy,
Boy,
there's
I
nothing
think this
but
is your
love from
first time on
London.
here, Mella.
There's
Much
nothing
love
but
from
love from London.
I welcome you in, bud.
So, boy,
Oh,
if I
sure.
can say one thing, thank you very much.
What's the name of your channel,
Right.
bud? Your channel.
Well,
You have a
I've got
channel.
no
right?
channel, mate. No channel. I'm just
No
independent.
content.
I like floating it here, there, and everywhere. You know what I mean? I might drop
Do you-
in from time to time, but I
You tell
don't do that for English channels. But I'll tell you something now.
Okay.
We can be together,
something,
me and
right?
you, when we can go.
Do you rebuild engines? Do you bake barbecue? Do you cook cakes? Do you fry like
Oh, I
flapjacks? I
don't do none of them above. I'll tell you what, I'm 41 years old, mate. I'm going to the gym to try girl, my little daughter. Well, by the time I'm 15, she'll be 16, and then
but
game on.
surely,
I'm gonna have
surely
to fucking kill these
something that you
motherfuckers out there. You know what I mean?
surely there's something that you do for money that you're proud of that you'd like to tell people about, right?
I work.
What is
That's
this
it.
work that you do? Do you flip? I mean, do you cook? Do you what do you do? Just curious.
Look, put it this way. I'll get by.
Okay, no, I'm not debating. I'm not questioning your personage as a man. I'm not questioning your capability to survive.
Well,
I'm
where are
saying
you from, my old mucker? Where are you from exactly?
Georgia,
Born
Georgia,
and bred.
Georgia. I'm in Georgia.
Georgia, Mississippi? Was that, have I got that
I've
wrong?
been
Was
to
Georgia, Louisiana?
No, Georgia, as in Georgia, the state of Georgia, the greatest state, quite frankly.
Look, like I say,
Allegedly.
an English man, Irish family, born and bred, and sing a song
Okay, bud.
and make
I'm
it up.
Irish too. I mean, I'm from the Appalachia. We's Irish as all get
Well,
out. I'm
we go
What-
back and forth.
money's
But
like
the
you,
Irish song we can carry on.
I'm just saying. You wake
Never
up.
does, never stand. Wake up with
Your job.
someone we. Louisiana. That's all. Speak again.
Louisiana. I'm in Georgia.
In your accent again. Georgia. Right.
Now, I'll say, boy, if you want me to do a Louisiana accent, I don't have a problem with the Louisiana accent.
Now.
Down for you.
Because you want me to say,
That's enough of that.
if I can't hold myself, you can judge what you say. No. Well,
I must apologize.
Oh,
I seem to have triggered someone. My bad.
it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just listening to the silence at the moment.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take before Melon realizes that he's actually on mute.
Yeah, is he muted or backstage? Because both of those are hilarious.
He's muted at the moment.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, you're right. Oh, what a cunt I am.
I'll make you a deal. You go put 3 videos on YouTube. Go put 3 videos on YouTube. I'll interview you for Sasquatch Shills. Get you 20 subs right off the top. Then you can start your own channel. Everything be gravy.
Wait, my friend, I don't need nothing, yeah? I am what I am.
Fantastic.
Just
You
remember
apparently
that.
get validation because you can't.
No,
get it.
so I'm just coming to see you, checking you boys out. Love it. You know what I mean?
That's that cool.
I'm showing love.
Much love, brother. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm just jerking you, Chade. I'm sorry. I'm a little drunk. I'm just a little
Same
inebriated.
as.
Okay.
Same
All right.
as. Same
All
as.
right, you paddle your side, I'll paddle my side. We'll get there eventually.
You know that. You know that, my old matter. You know that. Bless.
Well, Melon, it's as I say, it's the first time I've seen you around. I don't usually let people up who I don't know, and I very rarely, even less, let people up who put nothing in the chat. But I'll tell you what, you've been entertaining.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, bud.
Oh, listen, I try.
All right.
Why? She's in the chest. She's a mom. You think
You
she's
sing
the crap?
No, I know what I want you to sing. I want you to sing Ice Ice Baby.
Hey, how about that?
Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Baby. Dum 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 dum.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do. Come on, bud. Anytime.
Walk.
You don't know Ice
I can talk.
My bad.
We talk when
Ice,
we
Ice
mumble
Baby.
when we go.
All right. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flows like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. You want me to continue? I can stop now.
You know, we
Not
stop
sure you
the
go.
church. The first up we go when we roll, when we cross, and we know when we.
Yo, Trinity Tales. Ninja.
Yes, it is
Thank
under
you for
pressure.
dropping by.
You're correct, Trinity. Yes, sir. You know you're right. Why you ask? You know you're right.
Come on up and say hello.
Trinity, come on up. I want to ask you a couple of questions anyway.
Hey,
You know, drinking.
remember, love.
Much love,
That's
bro.
all it is. Love.
Love.
You know what I mean? And
Not
you want
just love,
fella,
Anybody gets love. But I give you much love.
yeah. Hey, trust me.
Okay.
Look,
The Southside Gang Worldwide.
Oh,
That's what that stands for, by the way.
Southside gang, worldwide. You got to do it right.
South Gang Worldwide.
Yeah, maybe for the
Different
British.
people have different ways of putting it.
Gang, worldwide. You got to do it right, dude.
see, I'm on to that Louisiana voice. How's it go? How's it
I'm
go?
not from Louisiana, bud. Like, they're great people. I know a bunch of folks from Louisiana, and they're fine folk.
It's
Excellent.
bunch of folks from.
From
Where did you
Georgia.
say that, Bob?
Georgia.
Living
You know, the Peach of the South. Southern Bells.
Boom.
Society.
Just sing a little thing. And then.
I will sing a little piece, but you got to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds. I'll sing. All right.
All right.
I'm a good old rebel. Now that is all I am. For this land of freedom, I don't give a damn. Glad I fit again, and I only wish we'd won. I don't need no pardon for anything I've done.
What I know. What you were saying to me is at the fall. I heard in the song. I carry
Right,
on.
on the grounds that my hearing aids aren't going to take much more of this.
Yes.
I'm going to have to.
Yes, I didn't mean
I'm
to.
going to have to ask one of you to go.
Oh no, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. God bless, boys. God bless. Love you lots.
Much love, brother.
Speak to you again soon. You take care and
God bless, pal.
keep working on the singing. All right, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
You guys said it a little bit wrong. You're supposed to say it like this: Southside, gang, gang, worldwide.
Wait, you want a bit? I'll give you a bit. South Side, gang, gang, worldwide. Hit me up. I'll send you a sound. I don't have a problem with that. Stick my name on it somewhere. I don't care who sees it. Bring the
Put
trouble.
yours on there. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, give me 1 second, real quick. A phone call.
He's more important than we are.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. That's fine. That's not a major issue. It's
Not
nice having a newbie
Yeah,
up here.
I enjoyed it. I think I pissed him
Um,
off a little bit. I didn't mean to. I did. I mean, I did it on purpose.
Melon's legend in the making.
Right?
Well,
Oh
yeah.
my God. If that man does 3 videos, I swear I will host him on Sasquatch Shills. I'll do it. I'll do it. I will do it. I will do the full Sasquatch Shills treatment. We'll sit and let him sing for a solid hour. I don't care. It'll be fine.
I think Melons will do really well. Melons, thanks for coming up and thanks for taking part. Obviously, you can understand we have to take certain precautions because of things that have gone on in the past.
Yeah,
shall we
you haven't
say?
seen
So,
the things that have happened backstage on my channel. You don't understand what can go wrong on YouTube.
oh, I've come across them, and I know what your backstage is like.
Oh, my backstage is interesting, but no, you'd be surprised. I have a I have a Christian fundamentalist who has his own channel, and I help him out from time to time, modding and whatnot. Right? He does this after dark thing, kind of like I do, but typically his is not on YouTube. So he's been doing this for weeks and weeks. And finally, one day he decides, you know what? I'm just going to keep it on YouTube. Nothing weird has happened in a long time. I figure it might be safe. The very first, these are people who have been showing up backstage for weeks and weeks, maybe months. 4 people from that group porn bombed him immediately. These are dedicated trolls. They're dedicated, man. They're willing to sit through all the trash to get you. Wow. I was taught how to twerk by a 4-tour combat veteran who's now a woman with hardwood floors. I have the
now a woman.
Hey, no, I don't judge that. My only concern
Oh,
is
you said it.
she wants to burn stuff down. And when Prometheus shows up to a protest, it's now a riot. That's just how that works.
Indeed. Yes, you you probably had a few interesting backstage things happen to you. I'd much rather these things happened either backstage or
off camera. Yes, off YouTube. Sure.
Away from YouTube. You know, that's the beauty about having an independent server, you know, and show, because the trolls can come up on a. Here's an open invitation, folks. On
And
a
you can
Sunday,
leave it there.
Tuesday, Thursday.
Do you know how hilarious a Sasquatch Shills would be with 4 types of German porn going on at the same time? And nothing, absolutely nothing, just doing the show.
You're on your way in. Hello, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story about behind stage, yeah? So one Thursday night, I'm sat there on a live stream, yeah, you know, doing my thing as I do. And the backstage pops up. Now, I've got Tyrant Finder Chris, who's talking to me. I've got 2 boomers and someone else. And there's this geezer, and I'm watching him behind stage, and I can't blow it up. I was going to flick him on. But he stood there, he stripped down to his underpants, right? Sat on a chair, slid them off, and then sat there with his hands on his crotch, waiting for me to let him on. 2 consecutive weeks this happened, right? Same bloke. Yeah, I've had it.
Dude,
Maybe you thought that was what one way of making a name for themselves.
Pure
Mate,
amateur trollery.
I thought, what a saucy git.
Amateur. That's pure amateur hour. No. These guys spent 3 weeks watching movies and shows and talking religion with this guy. And then the very first time he let them up on stream, they immediately 4 different trolls in a row hit him with various forms of scat porn.
Can I just say that Mrs. J does have memory issues from time to time, but she remembered that all right.
It's like, what the hell, dude? Do you not have anything to do with your life that you sit around and wait for this guy who does nothing? I'm not joking. Does nothing but read the Bible and play country music occasionally. That's it. He talks, he reads the Bible, and plays country. That's the extent of his content.
Rubbish then.
Well, I don't get it. I mean, it's just something which I've never did understand.
Okay.
I mean,
if it's what he wants to do, why should I judge it? He can go do that if he wants to. I don't expect
not that. The porn bombers.
Okay, well, sure. If that's what they want to do, why should I judge that? Except that it is a financial hit to anybody who happens to catch a porn bomb, and that is criminal.
Yeah. I suppose at the end of the day, hiya Jamie, how you doing, mate? I think you just got to be very, very careful. I was hesitant about bringing him up, but you know what?
You handled it extremely well.
He didn't do it. There was no harm, no foul.
It was good.
There is Indy coming up. I know what to expect. At any time, he could.
How you doing?
Do something really bad.
Well, listen, if you don't shut up, Grim, I'll get my tits out, mate, and scare half the internet to death. Just be quiet. I'll porn bomb you live.
The operation again. You've had the operation again, have you?
Yeah, I've got them in large this time. They're 56 triple X. They swing down past my fucking ankles, mate. I've got to buy, when I go to the shop, I've got to buy 2 pairs, one for my tits and one for my feet. I mean,
boy. You said your nipples touch your toes? Holy shit, bud.
Well, mate, I've got hollow nipples, mate. I've got hollow nipples. My fucking nipples have got hairs on them, mate, for my toes. You know what I mean?
I can tell from here he's a solid B cup. He's a solid C cup, easy.
Solid C cup? No, mate. No, mate. I've got big weights attached to my nipples. They're definitely a J or something.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking length here. I mean, it looks like an old sock, but that's not my problem.
Yeah, we're talking like more of a
sock, you know. Oh, listen, this geezer's been watching my webcam, man. I better switch it off, like, you know what I mean?
You're saying it looks like a B cup inside, like an orange inside of a tube sock? Is that what you're saying those things look like? Good grief.
They're going to find a Sasquatch.
I'm waiting for the comeback.
He's sitting there laughing so hard, he's going to shit, piss, and be sick all at the same time. Go on, Squatch.
Goddamn seizure, dude. Look at Sasquatch. Dude, it's over there.
He's having a fucking seizure.
That's good shit, dude. That's brilliant.
Okay, shall we go from somebody who sings constantly to Indy?
Wait, don't be picking on me. Fuck you.
What now? Wait, what now?
Well, nothing. And then, of course, there's Trinity. He comes back. He comes up. He takes a phone call, then comes back, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, has no clue what's going on.
Well, it is sometimes
talking about dragon titties.
You know better than that. Everything revolves around you. What have you been doing?
Oh boy, all kind of shit. All kind of nothing and all kind of everything. It's been fun.
Sounds like my
all right, Indie Media. So what have you been doing since we don't care about what he's been doing?
Well, I was actually going to tell you, but I'll
getting high, building a PC, and getting even more high. That's about it.
Excellent, bro. I'm with you on that PC Nation, PC Master Race. I joined that like a little bit ago. I got a pretty good rig here. It's pretty good. I like it. Windows 11 a little bit hard to get used to. I haven't used Windows for like
downgrade. Windows 10's better.
Yeah, Windows 10 is better.
I had to do it a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Windows 11, but I mean, it is what it is.
All right, so let me give you a hint right here, right off the top. Windows doesn't like mixing browsers, but when you're using StreamYards, you have to use Chrome for your StreamYard and then Edge or Brave or something else for your media that you want to present. So if you want to do something like this, right?
Right.
You should use a different browser for that so that you can use your desktop partly as a mixer, right?
I'll give you another one to try. It's called Restream. You can stream to about, well, whatever social media you've got, you can be able to stream to. And it gives you good backgrounds and stuff like that. It gives you, like on OBS, it gives you bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
And
I
you
love
can see-
OBS. Like,
and
you
you
can
can
do a
watch
lot of
people.
amazing shit.
You can watch people as soon as they come in behind stage, so you can watch them even before they've asked to come on.
Oh, nice.
I can do that in
Oh,
stream.
yeah, on Restream, you're right. They're down in that little corner there. I kind of like StreamYards a little better. Some people, they're vice versa. Denny and I have had this argument. Denny says he likes Restream. I kind of argue with him. I like StreamYard, but I think it's a potato kind of thing,
It is between those two. But when you compare StreamYard and Melon, it's sort of an apples and oranges comparison.
Really?
StreamYard has a very narrow sound width that it uses, and Melon uses a much broader sound bandwidth. So your sound is so much better. You know that percolator sound that happens in StreamYard when you get some any two things happening at the same time? It sort of does this blah, 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 sound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like
None
where
of
it's
it.
overlaying or whatever. Yeah.
None of that, dude. None of it.
How much does the other one cost?
It's cheaper, but
It's free? Or is it's cheaper?
there's a
than,
free version.
StreamYard?
Melon.
Okay.
Yeah. Go check it out. The sound is perfect. It's flawless, even on the free version, but you only get one guest and one co-host. But the pay version gives you 12 guests and 3 co-hosts and
hell yeah.
unlimited destinations for
And
stream.
that's cheaper than StreamYard too, right? It ain't no $25 a month or something.
As opposed to the like $22.50 for whatever StreamYard was.
Well, fuck, that's a good commercial you just cut right there.
Hey, I have one problem.
I hate to.
One
Can I burst your bubble on this?
Yeah.
All right. I went to leave StreamYard, and they offered me exactly the same as I had before at 25 for a tenner.
Yeah, they did. They offered it to me for 10 too.
17.
And I went, I love that.
Sound, more toys, better whistles, better overlays, better lower thirds, already built into the system. You can link unlimited destinations. You can link your donation stuff just like Streamlabs because it was designed by the same people who designed Streamlabs. It functions with or in conjunction with, or you can just use Melon's version and do the Streamlabs thing. So all your donations come into the same place and you get notifications and all of that. My problem? No countdown timer to go live.
Couldn't you do that through your OBS though? Couldn't you just run like through your OBS filter and do a timer and then come up?
Right, just like I do StreamYards. I run it right off the top and it sounded 100% better. It was amazing. My guest sounded awesome. I sounded awesome. My other guest came in later with the crappy ass phone. He sounded acceptable.
I like how everybody was awesome and he was, acceptable.
Well, it's a crappy phone. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, I can lie to us, man, and be like, he sounded, acceptable.
Mediocre-ish.
It's pretty good.
It's like when a waiter turns around and says, "How's your food?" You say, "Well, it was food."
Well, here's the thing.
Sassy, can you link that in private or link that in chat?
Yeah, I could probably
if it's not too hard.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll get there.
Yeah. I'm lazy. I like links, I don't like searching and asking Google anything, even though there's a microphone, I just talk to it and it'll answer it. I don't really like doing that. It's too much effort. I like a link, So I could be like, click. Oh, it works.
So was that $5 for the whole lot for the top one, or the middle one, or the free version? South Alabama. And anyway, what are you doing in the chat? Come on up.
Yeah.
Come up here, Gump. I want to talk to you about this because
Yeah, get your butt up
we
here.
did the whole thing. We did the whole thing. I went and dug through that whole melon thing, and I know you went through the pay version. I went through the free version just to see. And for Sasquatch Shills, for the one show that I do, Sasquatch Shills, that has one guest that comes in, I may use it because it is phenomenal with what it does. The free version.
Yeah.
But if I want to have a
excited. I'm
guest
gonna
come up, I really need to use StreamYards because they can just click and enter. Done.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like about StreamYard. You can just add them or drop them pretty easily. You can pop an overlay and not really worry about P-bombers. You know, you can do a lot. I like OBS in StreamYard because then you have like complete
Full
control.
visual control.
Yeah. And OBS, it's complicated as hell, at least to me, you know, being a newbie and not really getting it. But I love how much options it actually gives you. Like OBS
Dude.
lets you do almost anything.
I don't know if that'll work in StreamYards, but the link's backstage and it's just a basic link. I didn't pay for anything. If Gump wants to come up here and drop you one of those like syndicated links that gives him a kickback to it, he could do that. South Alabama's welcome up here, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
he
cool.
would, but he's watching TV with the missus. Or
Bring
his
her
other
Oh, he's not singing with Hippie?
No.
No,
Oh.
no.
Hippie must have left him by the wayside.
Yep, he got all famous, that voice, you know.
Mhm.
He decided to leave, you know, he blew up and just acted like he didn't know anybody anymore.
Well, that's
South
my man.
Alabama, you know, he thought, oh man, I'm gonna leave this loser behind me because I got this beautiful voice.
That's my main goal is to blow up, then act like I don't know nobody.
I fucking love when he says that.
I know it, right? It's great. I actually
fucking
have
love
one
when
in
you
my
said
intros. Just that image of that smile with the gator mouth going on.
Oh yeah, with the gator mouth, dude. He's all happy too. My
It's
main goal.
brilliant.
He says it all happy. My main goal. Fuck.
I don't know nobody. He's telling
I
you
live
right
my
out.
life
All
like
you,
that.
all
I
you
live my
little
life
bitches
like
out
that,
there.
man. I'm trying to get famous so I can just forget where I came from. That'd be great. My own brother and mama will be like, yo, and I'll be like, I don't know you. Who the fuck are you? My own mama, I said.
When you walk through the crowd, be like,
Yeah,
80
don't even know him. Just stroll right by.
You know, this
I
funny
like
to
running
me.
around here.
I've been.
Hey.
Have you any of y'all seen a influencer contract yet?
No,
No.
no, I'm not even.
Okay. All right.
Indie Media, are you familiar with what he said? How about you, Grim?
Yeah, I heard
Nope,
what he
not
said.
heard of it.
As in influencer, as in like Andrew Tate, someone like that.
I would guess so. I turned it down, but I would guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of them, but I believe that they are real, and I believe that.
Oh, they're real.
Through
These
and other
crackers.
multimedia networks and shit like that.
These
Right.
crackers threw me some $5,000 every 6 months. Fuck them.
Wow.
Oh no. I'm American. I don't sell out cheap.
That's
I'm
what I mean,
sorry.
mate.
Yeah, it's got to be big money.
I'm hilarious.
It's like you know, like these Raid Shadow Legends and all that sort of stuff. I've been sent offers by them, and I'm like,
Right.
I think about it, and I look at it, and I think, nah.
Okay. So let me run this by you. Do you produce content every single day?
No, not every single
Every
day. When I feel like it.
Then you cannot do one of these contracts because they require a commercial a day. Go look at the quartering and the crap that he does every
Yeah.
day.
believe it.
He chills so hard, man.
Oh God.
That's the reason why I don't
He's
do it.
pumping
That's
out
the
what,
name of
4
my
of them a
show,
day?
and I don't shill that hard.
Yeah, he chills hard, and it's what, 4
Hard.
of them a day, and it's always a different one. It's NordVPN, it's Manscaped, it's
Hey,
Woo,
you
it's
got to
Raid.
respect the hustle. You got to respect the hustle. But
Yeah.
I
I'm
like
not
when
talking
he
about
does the coffee one. At least with that one, he
That's
seems like
his
he
own
generally
thing,
likes
right.
it. Yeah,
you can tell too. He smiles about it. He's happy
yeah,
to
he's
do
smiling,
it.
he's happy. That's
And
like
then
the only
everybody
one
else
I'll
is like-
actually watch.
I know this is the 15th video I've done today, but I really want to tell you about
Yeah.
Raid
Yep.
Shadow Legends. It's
Yeah,
your
God.
boy, Raid Shadow Legends.
And without further ado, let's dive right into the video. But before we do that, let's give a shout out to our sponsor today,
your
Raid Shadow
boy.
Legends. And, and let's just dive right into the video. But once again, if you hit up that redemption code, you're going to get $5 off a raid. So just shout that out. All right,
Hey,
we're going to
hey,
dive
Graham,
right into the video, guys.
Graham, you should definitely send this straight to Raid and force them to give you money because we just
man.
did
So
4
listen,
excellent commercials.
I promoted your game on somebody else's live stream. You've got to give me at least $50 for that shit, man.
Isn't that exactly how they always do it, though? Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. But before we do that, let's shout out.
Stuff.
Make sure to like and subscribe and hit up my partner channel.
And my
All right,
partner
guys.
channel as well.
We're gonna get right into the video.
I don't agree with free advertising. If somebody wants to advertise, that's fine, but pay me decent amounts.
All right, I'm going to put my OnlyFans link in the chat. Is that all right? Is that all right, Grim, if I put my OnlyFans link in the chat? Yeah.
Hey,
You
Graham,
can do whatever you wish. You're within terms of service.
I'm just saying. You want paid?
Okay, my service is very good. You noticed, didn't you?
You want
You
paid?
might have a channel left afterwards.
I'll pay you a little attention.
That's all right. Wash my hair tonight.
I'll send you some jam for your biscuits.
I want some jam. What kind of jam have you got?
Yeah, the strawberry jam for your biscuits, bud. Weed jam. I got weed jam actually. I'm gonna jam.
Yeah,
some
send me
weed
some
right
of that
now.
shit, man. Yeah. I'll have
I'm
some.
gonna jam some weed
Hold
right
on.
now into my bowl.
Graham, hold up. Somebody gave me. Where's it at? Somebody gave me some edibles. I have edibles.
Oh yes.
I have a. They were like, "Hey, you need to try these." I was like, "Those aren't red." That's fantastic. I'm allergic.
You got to
to
go
red.
ham like Devo and eat 1,000 of them at one shot, and then be like upstate and act like a zombie.
The
Well,
first
listen,
time,
but-
have you ever
The
tried?
first time they did that, dude, did you watch that when Devo and Upstate ate the 1,000 or whatever? Fucking Upstate damn near died, bro. It was great. He looked like the freaking reanimation of the corpse bride, dude. It was so bad. He's just like laying there like,
This is
ah.
500
And then
milligrams.
Devo-
I'll eat this in one sitting.
Devo was fucking jammed, bro. He ate like even more, dude. Like 1,000 didn't even do shit to Devo, bro. He's
We
like,
talking-
woo.
Hold on, Trinity. Hold on. Are we talking 1,000 milligrams or 1,000?
Yes, 1,000
Oh,
milligrams.
fucking hell,
Right,
man.
I can
Do
speak
that
up.
when I'm sitting in a packet of sweeties, mate.
Hold up. Yeah. I had somebody gave me a Snickers and I asked them, I said, how many milligrams is it? They were like, I don't know, 500-600 or something. I was like, okay, so I eat the fucking Snickers, right? I get home, I'm sitting around talking to my wife, and she just keeps staring at me with this like really weird look on her face. And I'm like, what? Why do you keep looking at me like that? And she goes, are you high? I said, no, I've only had 500 milligrams. She went, are you sure? So I called the dude up. I was like, hey man, how many milligrams is in those Snickers? He's like 1,000. I said, you said it was 500. He's like, my bad. I don't know. I sat there for a minute and realized that I was like in a full blown freak out just having a conversation.
You're
I
so
was
fucking high, you barely knew your own name. Oh, I love it.
I was fucking blasted, dude. It was ridiculous.
That was
was telling
Upstate. I'm
crazy
telling you,
thing
dude. You should have seen Upstate, dude. He got to 800, and that guy was like a fucking zombie, dude. Oh, it was great. And then Devo, he kept just rocking and rolling, dude. He went past 1,000. I think he went to like 1,200 or something, or maybe he capped at $1,000. And fuck, he
Oh.
was high as a bitch, but he rolled
Dude.
good, dude.
Oh,
And
it's
then,
still-
You
you want to
seen
hear
it,
something?
Death
Fuck.
Star?
You want to hear something? Fuck. Devo did 2,000 like a couple of weeks after that.
Sure.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, dude.
Look, dude.
it's- see, like over
well,
here, yeah. When you buy the gummies, they only come in 2 types. You get 500 milligrams and 1,000 milligrams. And I've quite easily gone out on an urbex on a ghost hunt and eaten 3 packets of them, mate.
Easy.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
seriously, I've got one where I went to a place called Borley Rex. Me and 2 of the lads went. Mate, we were munching them all evening, driving about in the car, mate, going to Borley Rectory and smoking at the same time. We were like that.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm with Indie Media on that. Like those 5 milligram gummies, I could eat them bitches all damn night long, smoke and fucking hit my pen, dude. Like they don't do nothing, bro. I
No.
eat that shit like.
Surgeon says he's been stoned since November.
Oh, mate,
That's
for
Devo.
the last 14 years, 15, no, right there. How old am I? I'm 43. So twice since I was about 12, I've been stoned since. There's not been a day that I haven't really gone without it. I've been like that every day.
We who are about to get high salute you.
We
I
salute
love it, mate.
you
I love it.
for those about to smoke. Right?
Listen, I've wrote in my last will and testament, if I die, mate, my coffin's gonna be made out of cannabis.
He said he
actually
wants a
asked for a
cannabis
Viking
coffin. I
funeral.
love it.
I'm
Well, you can have a Viking funeral, but you can also have a casket made out of cannabis. Do you know what I mean?
no. The whole reason I started my YouTube and my whole career, this whole thing that I've got going on, is to attempt to afford a full-on Viking funeral. I mean, full canal, boat, burning, me,
Oh, wow.
body, possibly a virgin if I can find one willing to go.
Fucking hell, that's to be hard nowadays.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do it. I'm just saying, you know, it's effort.
I
The
wanna
only
ride-
stumbling block.
When I
We're
go
good
out, I
at
want to
this
ride
point.
shiny and chrome through the halls of Valhalla, bro. I'm just gonna spray a bunch of chrome spray paint in my mouth and just fucking go out in a ball of fury, dude.
Witness me.
Yeah, witness me! I'm gonna be done, bro.
They're
Shiny
just
and chrome.
blank. They have no idea what we're talking about, dude. Have y'all not seen Mad Max? What is it, Thunder Road?
Yeah.
The guy sprays the chrome in his mouth and screams, "Witness me," and does some crazy shit.
Witness me!
Witness me.
I love how they're all standing up there too. The fucking
They do.
mediocre. That's what you get if you do a great job dying. You're mediocre at
You're
best.
mediocre. You're
Yeah.
found to be acceptable.
Yeah, acceptable.
Not great.
That's the best you're gonna get.
Useful.
Even though you died in a ball of hell fury, man, fucking probably saved 20 dudes. You're like a fucking hero. That's mediocre.
Killed
That's-
10 enemies in
Yeah.
one single act, but you're mediocre.
Yeah, they're standing at the gates of
Jay.
Valhalla like, God, I guess I'll let you in. What, you only killed 10? Jeez. Thor
You've just sold Mad Max 3 to Mrs. J. She wants to go and watch it.
My favorite in there is Immortan Joe. I like him where he fucking yells at the people like, do not become addicted to water. You'll resent its absence. Like, I fucking love that. And he's the one who shut off the water to him too. He's like, do not become addicted to water. Like, how the fuck are you going to not be addicted to water, bitch? I'm going to die without it. But, don't be addicted to being alive, hey, is basically what he said to you. You'll resent it when you die. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Good job, Immortal Joe. I like your patch there, bud. Pretty
Fellers,
patchy.
I have a wormhole in my head.
You look like Odin. So, anywho, Sasquatch, I remember you asked me, you were like, Ninja, what are you up to? And I was like, 6'4", this and that and the other damn thing. But in fact, in reality, I did have something maybe I will tell you about. I'm not ready to pump it yet, guys. Like, I don't really want to pump it and promote it yet, but it is worth like mentioning what we're getting into. So you guys are all familiar with What's Truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows him pretty well.
I might maybe be involved in his Minecraft effort. I don't know.
We don't know. We neither confirm nor deny. Yeah.
No.
Anyways, and
See you, Trojan.
Everybody's familiar with Dennison X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on both of those channels, we're doing kind of some goofy stuff. We've been playing GTA 5 online, but we've been doing role play while we've been doing that. So
Son, please send me an invite to that shit. I will totally play the
Are you on PC? PC with us? We're all on PC doing
on
this.
PS4.
Oh, I have the Xbox and I do it on there too, but it's on the PC, so we can all go to this role play place. Well, we go to a place called Savannah. It's not actually GTA. It's a 5M role play server. We go into there and actually I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. Like I said, I'm willing to at least talk about it. I'm not ready to promote any of this yet, but I'm ready to like at least tell you guys what I'm up to. So on the 5M server with my cousin Tenuous Titan. That's the name of his channel. We've been being cops. I just
See,
flat
willing
out
to
say
do a
it.
show?
I'm Officer Trinity in Savannah. I've been being a prison guard and like fucking, I don't know, getting shanked and shooting people with a shotgun in their jail cells and shit. It's fucking madness. Pulling people over and having high speed pursuits and basically Reno 911 without any training at all. Like as if they had training, but my cousin and I have had no training. So we're like the worst cops that ever existed. It's great. That's in Savannah.
I
That's
see
with my
you've been to
cousin
Georgia.
Tenuous Titan. Over on Dennis and X's channel and What's Truth, we've been doing GTA Online Vanilla, which anybody can join. On there, I'm Brenda, and Dennison swears to God she's a transvestite. I think Brenda's a full blown woman, but it doesn't matter. But he thinks she's transvestite, and I like to talk to him, and I use Brenda's voice. Get in the fucking car. We're gonna go do these missions, and we're gonna do them harder, right? I'm sick of your mouth, Jenny. Just get in the goddamn car. So, anyways, and I use that voice nonstop, well, as much as I can with her. And then Denny is Denny Denarelli. It's kind of cool. Truth is, I don't even know. His character is so fucking bananas. And then, yeah, we just been in there kind of, goofing off, doing
Yeah.
things. Truth and I are going
Might have
to,
met the guy.
Truth and I are going to start clipping like audio in the drama community and just like kind of those good clips, you know what I mean? Like you could learn a lot from a guy like that. So we're going to take like clips like that and then edit those into the GTA
Why not
game.
just make them?
Well, we're going to edit them into the Rockstar
I
editor and into
understand.
GTA, and
You could
we
totally
can
screw these guys over by making the clips yourself. Like, I don't know, name a particular channel you'd like to smoke.
pathetic dumb fucker.
Is that an actual channel?
Yeah, the letters are the same. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, right. I can understand.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Pathetic Dumb Fucker's mouth. I'm going to take his audio. I'm going to clip it over a character in GTA.
He's got basically the same accent I do. All I got to do is adjust my timbre. We can eat that.
You just got to turn it down a little bit, boy.
Turn down
Go
a little
down
bit.
and talk.
Go down South Florida and get a little bit of that heating and air work going on. We'll
There
get down
it is.
over here. And yes, sir.
Yep. I'm go back quiet. I'm back quiet.
I'm back quiet. I ain't talking to nobody right now. I'm gonna let y'all just go ahead and sow y'all's own disfortune.
Guys, can I just remind people that like we leave our shit at the door?
Oh yeah, we are. No, we're okay. Yeah, so we're not trying to get into that too hard, but we want to like clip audio like that. You know what I mean? Of just those juicy bits that we find on YouTube all the time, right? And YouTube's a gold mine for audio. There is shit that happens on here we could never write. We could never script this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we clip it out of here, and then we build little stories and little like scenes to that actual shit. And then we're gonna start uploading it pretty soon on Truth's channel. The other one I was telling you about, Tenuous Titan and the Cops. We're gonna do GTA Cops. So we're both officers, and we're gonna have somebody with a camera and a boom mic follow us, and then we're gonna film cops on location in GTA, and with like two cops that don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's gonna be great.
Hey man, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Suppose I wanted to do something involving more voice work than actual visuals.
Yes.
Who would I talk to for such things?
What's Truth? Get a hold of me and get a hold of What's Truth.
Yeah, no, see, I've been on What's Truth for a while. I don't think he actually trusts me, man. I mean, like
he does.
He lets me in his Minecraft, but he throws golden apples at me all the time. I'm not sure how to take that.
I don't know what he's gonna do to you in GTA either, bro. He might throw snowballs at you.
Okay, yeah. I'm good with it, dude. I'm fine. That's fine. That's all good. It's not my server. I can live with it.
Yeah. He throws golden apples at you every time you're in, huh? Yeah, he says.
That's not. I mean, I can think of worse things that could happen. I'm just saying, when it's raining golden apples, it's kind of hard to see where I'm going.
Yeah, he likes.
I've just had an idea, guys.
What's up
on this one? If you get to a point where you can't put certain stuff out because of people getting really upset.
Correct.
Right. We've got a streaming service we could use on the
Okay.
website.
Yeah, wait. Hold on, Grip. Let me put myself up so you can see this. Listen, I have sent 50 people in your direction. You know what all 50 of them told me? Site's not working. I'm like, what do you mean? It's got a 404 error.
Ah,
Okay. All right. So did you notice at the top of the screen where it said PSYOP TV? Yeah. You
let's
didn't
click that.
you didn't think any further than that? What do you mean?
I love that answer. What do you mean?
I'm like, oh my God. You did not see the words PSYOP TV and think,
Made it a little bit clearer for you now. Okay.
maybe someone's
Even for
jerking
you.
my chain a little bit.
Right. What you do is you go to the website and you just click live TV sessions and chat.
Okay. Yes, but when people see 404 error, they hit back. They don't hit live sessions and TV chat. They hit back and go back to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. You see 404, you close that window, and you're like, "Well, that doesn't work."
Oh, that doesn't work. And I've been meaning to mention this to you for 3 weeks because they keep telling me it just doesn't work. And I'm like, listen, touch something, anything on that screen. No, it looks shady. Yeah, it does. I know it looks, listen. It is shady, but not that type of shady.
Yeah,
Just
but
listen.
not that type of shady. All right.
Yeah,
It's low key shady. All right. Fuck.
And if you want the mobile version, although I've been able to get this to a little bit better so it works on mobiles. But there is that one for mobile as well. But I just think that if people need I do need to do the idiot's guide and to how to access it.
Full disclaimer, that website doesn't scam information like properly. It only takes every other number from your social security. It only grabs your middle name and the last 2 of your zip code. So, it kind of is trying to get it, but it just doesn't get the right
It doesn't
stuff,
work. They're not good at it.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
So it's
it
fine.
only grabs your middle name.
South Alabama Gump has put a link in chat that's interesting. EV Mux, I've heard excellent things about it, but I haven't actually tinkered with it yet. I hear it's difficult to get into, but once you get there, it works. Lots of bells and whistles.
I tried it.
And the first one.
I couldn't get my head around how it operated that, to be honest.
That's not the first time I've heard that. No. Scully told me it was very complicated and he had issues with it. But I wonder, is it like OBS complicated or is it like Streamlabs complicated? Because that's different.
I think Streamlabs is way more complicated. StreamYard.
Streamlabs is not StreamYard's OBS versus Streamlabs. Like you got Streamlabs, OBS, and you've got OBS, right?
OBS is the hardest one of all of them.
OBS is a full news network on your computer if you can figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, that's the trick. If you can figure out how to make it work.
One-man operation, I've learned less than 1% of what OBS can do, and I'm not even scratching the surface on just the vanilla. And it's pretty. Look how beautiful it is.
Oh, yeah. That's how I'm making my overlay, too, is OBS. That's how it flickers and lights up when I talk. If you notice, when I'm quiet, I disappear.
Crazy overlays, like crazy shit. But I like simplicity and the sense of infinity, right?
Like you notice that, right? When I'm not talking, I disappear.
Slowly, yeah.
Fade only out. In reality.
But if I talk, I'm here.
You kind of remind me of a chick I used to sort of date.
Like she was in your face when she bitched and then she disappeared?
It was kind of the other way around. It was really weird. I'd send no. This is a really weird relationship that I've never figured out. I've mentioned it to my wife and she said it's strange too. All right. So I've known this chick since like fucking 8th grade, 9th grade. She's cute. She's popular. She does stuff. She has a life. I text her. She shows up. We scrump. She leaves. No one ever knows. It's never mentioned. And it's been something that's been going on for 30 years.
There you go.
And people tell me that is a very unusual thing. And I'm like, okay, why?
It is kind of strange that she's not clingy or nothing like that. In 30 years, she's still like, yo, let me get that side. You must just do it like nobody else does, bro.
I don't know what to tell you. All I know is like, it's like I drop her a text. It might be 2 days. It might be a week, whatever. But when she shows up, she's already either arranged it with my wife or fucking just knows. I don't know. She'll show up after she leaves. Leave before she comes home. It's never mentioned, never discussed. We haven't brought it up in years. Although I did have that discussion at one point in time because I thought it was very weird.
Well, yeah.
So okay.
I would say it's kind of strange too, but you know, hey, like it's 2023, so you know, there's weirder shit. There's people running around as furries, you know. So I mean, it's all.
I watched the news yesterday. I've seen weirder shit.
Exactly.
I'm going to be messing about with the server a little bit more to see exactly what it can do because there's loads of different bells and whistles on it. At the moment,
hey, Grim, you know what you should do is mess around with the server a little bit more because it's got bells and whistles. But I don't know if you noticed.
Cheers, Currency. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
well,
putting
just
it
in
on my
case
way.
you didn't know.
Appreciate
and
that.
While you're messing around in there and looking at all that, remember to look at the bells and whistles. But
hey, Trinity.
Especially the whistle. What up?
I was looking for the any key, but I couldn't find it.
You need to put any on it. That's right. Up is not jump. Did you hear my Alex Jones Squirrel Revival?
Was it one of your last ones that you just did?
Yeah, it was one of the recent videos, but I've got a new one.
You want to remind me?
Or every summer I'd take a trip to visit my granny in her Andy Bellum world.
Yep, I remember right now. This is like right. 3 days ago that you put that up. 4 days ago or something, right?
5 days, yeah. So I've been working on doing either Eeyore doing Hurt by Johnny Cash or
oh my god,
Mr. Snuffleupagus. I hurt myself today.
Got to work on this one a little more, but yeah, I like the concept. We just got to get the Snuffleupagus a little harder.
Well, I was either thinking Eeyore or Snuffleupagus, and that was kind of in the middle. Wasn't?
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to hurt myself.
No, actually, you haven't heard Eeyore recently, have you?
What, did he change it?
Yes.
Is he not like that?
Oh, now he sounds more like this.
Oh, that's fucked, hey.
It's a little fuck, yo. Because the one I learned was, okay.
Yeah, that's
what you want to do. But after, put my tail back on, and instead it's now almost more Snuffleupagus-y. I looked at both of them, was like, there's very little difference between the two, and I'm better at Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Snuffy's got like more of a stuffed up nose. It's like Eeyore, but with like a little bit more of like a plugged nose.
Old
like
Eeyore.
If you can plug your nose
like that, you understand why.
Yeah, exactly. But just if I remember really hard, like Snuffy's voice, yeah, you kind of got to plug your nose a little, or maybe put your tongue so you're blocking your nose when you do his voice. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Bird. The best way to go about it is to just close off your nose entirely.
Yep.
And let it roll out of your mouth.
That's Snuffy.
Sounds more like you're talking through your nose.
Well, every now and then air puffs out, but I have huge lungs. It's the best way to go about doing a good projected voice is to have enormous lungs and the ability to project your voice.
Yep.
Local. I want to talk about 15 minutes cities, probably on Sunday night. because the idea of being locked in an area where you can't go anywhere more than 15 minutes in a vehicle, I think it's definitely something we need. Honest. Allegedly.
In Minecraft.
Oh, wonderful.
What are you saying though?
system.
You're saying that you want people to live in smaller areas where they can only really
No,
travel
no.
about 15 minutes?
No, what's happening is some of our, if you call local councils are bringing out certain bylaws where you can only travel within 15 minutes
They
car
want to
journey
build
within
a
the city.
15-minute village everywhere.
Yes.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
They want you to walk everywhere you go.
That
I
council
get
wants
this.
my balls in their mouth, is what they said. Dude, fuck
Yeah,
you,
that's an
man.
awful long way just to suck these nuts, bud.
Yeah, right. Like I don't want to
So
have to
much
come over
effort.
the country just to teabag somebody, man. But I will.
Hey,
No, I'm
Trinity,
kidding.
you'll love this. Here's my
What?
plan. I am currently planning to put together a travel rig.
Okay.
I'm talking diesel, like flatbed slide-in camper with toolbox bed sides, like 8 miles to the gallon, 7
Oh,
maybe.
tiny
This is
home living,
plan.
just ridiculous style, and like in a Cummings diesel. Oh god.
Absolutely.
I want to be off grid and save the
South
planet.
Alabama,
but I'm in
thanks for dropping in. I'll catch you later, man. Sorry about
Yeah,
what's
go.
going on with Hippie, but love to you both. You know what I mean? See you
Hey,
later.
South Alabama, listen. Hit me up at some point in time. I'll go check out whatever streaming services you got backstage. I just like to poke around at the gizmos. MVux or whatever that was, I haven't actually looked at yet at all. I may do a test stream on it. EV Mux. I may do a test stream on that one.
What'd you just hint at? The Hippie and South had a falling out a little bit? That sucks.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. Just the way it
I'm
goes,
not into it. I
unfortunately.
just wanted to know that part. I don't need to know the deets, but yeah, man, I'm down.
Here's the thing. I know both of them. I've talked to both of them. South Alabama tends to be willing to let folks do whatever they want to do, and Hippie just wants to do more. Always. In whatever direction he wants to think at any given particular instance, which is fine. I just can't work with that type of person. It's a difficulty.
Yeah, I end up letting people in, and you just take over. It's usually the Yanks.
My fault. Blame me. Blame Trinity. It's his fault this time.
Yeah, it's my fault.
I'll take.
Blame Brenda. Actually, whatever. We'll just blame Brenda.
Whatever.
It's Brenda,
you know I don't mind, guys.
Receptionist. Yep.
I have no problems. Everybody's welcome up here. Hello, Gregory. What are you saying? You need a spanner.
Yeah, Gregory.
Making demands on your
He wants to be a tool.
Dude. He ain't even give you a friendly reach around or a thumbs up.
Dude, he didn't even
Guess he
spit
did
on it
give
or
you a
nothing. He just came in and acted like a tool, and he's gonna get rewarded for it. What the fuck?
No wonder your country's shot to shit, dude.
Yeah, bro. I've been Southside for like a year now, man. I've been like all around, promote you, man. Say your name all the time, Grim, and I ain't even got a goddamn tool, dude. And I am a tool. I don't get it.
I'm a total tool, which explains why I got one immediately.
Excuse me, Trinity. You have a spanner.
You know, so when I went off, I was a little bit wrong, and I like want to retract all those statements and blame Sasquatch for everything.
That's fucking brilliant, dude.
Blame the Squatch.
That wasn't me, dude. That's not on me. That's on you, son.
I mean, well, you know, I got to pass the buck somehow.
Much less off.
What do they say? Shit rolls downhill, and as you can clearly see, I'm up in the hills here, so.
Yeah, you be up in the hills, up in the mountains. That's all right.
Yeah, I think there's a Sasquatch behind me or above me or so. I don't know. I'm in the forest.
It's definitely above you. Shit right down your throat.
You know what? It's just a shame I can't give you. Trinity, it's just a shame I can't give you a spade to dig the hole even bigger for you.
Keep digging. Yeah, you keep going, bud. You'll find
I
you'll
mean,
achieve
I
the
don't
goal
mind
you
filling
do.
it in up from top, you know what I mean? But
You know, most people when they find themselves in the hole, the tendency is to try to dig their way out. I like to just go for it and like maybe try to find my way to
Settle
China.
in.
Yeah,
I
just
actually
yeah, you
like
get a
start
bloody
sculpting the
JCB.
sides, making me a little place to put my armoire.
who the fuck is Trinity Sasquatch? I've never heard of that dude. I guess I don't know.
That
Gregory
would
saying
be
hi to
one
him.
killer channel, though.
Yeah,
A
well,
couple of
I
ideas.
tell you what a name.
yeah, right.
I was working
Squatch.
on this one channel concept for a guy, and he wanted to
God,
do.
can you imagine that? Trinity Sasquatch, a cross between these two.
We
Oh,
just
boy.
got together and combined our efforts. It would probably go 1 million views in the first
Yeah,
4
take
months.
over the world. We don't want to
No,
do that. I'm not into world
No.
domination.
EPD platformed 5 months later.
Yeah, I'm not into world domination anyway. I'm just into
Yeah,
what
I
my
can't
girl
start a
does
cult.
when I
I'm not
pay her.
permitted. I promised my mommy.
Hang on a second. That's not what I've heard, Trinity. You're into
Yeah,
domination.
dude, the only domination I'm into is the one that I pay for. All right.
Or is it dominatrix? Sorry. I'm
Well,
not
that
sure.
may be the exact word.
I go either way, man. If I'm paying for it,
Well,
it's my
apparently so. No, look, we better not go down this route. Each to their own.
Damn right. Don't judge me. Trinity says.
Gregory, I'm trying to figure out what Gregory 2. Were you the original Gregory, but you've now got a new channel?
Well, he's
Let's
the
see.
second Gregory.
Kind of like Henry VIII, but no.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly not
Gregory the
Charles III.
Well, let me tell you,
Exactly.
homeboy. Oops, screwed the pooch on that one, bud. It was almost
And
cool.
actually, if you want to know his full name, I'm going to dox him right here. It's Gregory the Second Esquire. Okay,
dude,
I just did it.
Dude, that channel has been in existence for 5 days. It has 2 subscribers.
Which one? Gregory the Second Esquire?
Gregory II, yeah, Gregory
Yes.
2 over there.
Well, that's
Right,
because the
Gregory
real
needs as many
Gregory-
subscribers as possible.
Right, we'll follow everything you do. I'm a bit of a stalker. In fact, I
Actually, what
married my
happened-
first stalker.
was his first name. His first channel was actually known as eBay Greg, and he got kicked off of YouTube. So he's back now as Gregory the Second Esquire, and he promised not to eBay anymore. Brought to you by Raid
No,
Shadow
no.
Legends.
Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Gregory, I think I know who you are, honestly.
I don't. I have no
maybe-
freaking clue, but I'm perfectly willing to talk shit about it.
Well, you would. You're American.
I don't care. What are you going to do to me? Oh, my lawyer?
Never stopped you before.
I made terms of service because, and let me do this one. I am a free speech advocate. YouTube is not a free speech platform. So if anything threatens the channel or anything about the channel, Grim will immediately douche you, me, or Trinity out as necessary. There you go.
Oh,
that's
That
what
was his community service warning.
do you know what you guys do? Crack me up. And what time is it where you are, by the way?
5:41, and I've been drinking for an hour and a half.
2:41, and I've been
that's-
smoking for 20 minutes.
Oh, dude, I've been smoking since I got up at 6 a.m. I'm good. In fact, I've got a stack of edibles over here. I was just fixing to tie it too.
Well, you're
This is a
getting
real wicked
bullshit. Right, so hang on a second. You get the munchies, so you eat more stuff that gives you the munchies, so you eat more and more and more, and before you know it, you're flying.
Oh, you need some Sasquatch brownies, son. I will ruin your whole
Sense-
week.
sense-
with brownies.
That's it. All you need to do, right? Send them over, right? Special
I'm not going to
delivery.
jail today. Bring
Don't
your
tell
happy
me I've
ass
got to go
over
over
here. I'll
there.
for you. In private residence, there is none of this shit illegal. It is illegal to buy, sell, transport, traffic, or trade. Says nothing about
Damn.
consumption. We can sit around and get high as we fucking want to, dude. That's fine. Just don't go nowhere and do nothing after. You're fine.
Do you know what? I think if I can never get over to the States, over the pond, if they ever let me in, that is, I think I'm going to never come back.
So many bullets. We could fire off so many rounds that my AK will smoke in that gun blue finally.
Yeah, eventually I'll probably get used to the idea of pulling the trigger as well.
Dude, I swear to God, if you can get over it that first time, the very second that sucker goes bat and you see it destroy something clicks in your brain and you go, oh yeah, this thing's unbelievably dangerous. One, I want to do it more. And two, I need to keep people safe from this shit. It clicks. It just suddenly is like, pow. Oh shit.
Hang on a second.
This is impressive.
I will be behind the gun, not in front of it, won't I?
Obviously. Yes. No, I'll teach you everything you need to know, boo. Wouldn't let you.
Not the safety aspects, please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, step by step, just like my father taught me. Yes. In fact, I have an extra step I do because I've had a gun go off randomly that shouldn't have, that was eventually recalled. The manufacturer took the gun away and brought us another one.
Thank you.
Right? Like functioning laws and stuff work. So yeah, we'll go through the whole.
Yeah, and getting in's not really the problem. It's getting over the Atlantic.
Just a little bit of water, man. Think of it as a highway, not a bulwark.
Yeah.
It's a boat. That's all.
Bro, you could probably swim it. I mean, I think people have before.
Once,
Not safely.
maybe, and it's debatable. I think maybe there's some fuzz on that one. There's this one chick who supposedly swam from like, where was it? Fucking place where all the Vikings stayed, Newfoundland, to Iceland, over to fucking Ireland. But I don't know if she really did that because it didn't get a lot of press at the time and a lot of people didn't believe it. Supposedly she did it.
I believe it.
Go and wrestle
Dude,
alligators.
if you go to Florida, Florida's close enough. I might be willing to meet you. We will go eat alligators together.
Mm-hmm. I like my gator sandwiches with extra mayo from Florida.
Yes, sir. We get us some barbecue gator tail, a little bit of barbecued gator leg. We get some of that South Kansas City barbecue gator belly. Son, dude, you want to know why we grow them 6'4" and full of corn around here? It's because we feed them.
You damn right. I ain't even half bullshitting on that, man. That gator, all right meat. I had gator tail steak before, wasn't bad. Had gator sandwich before, wasn't bad.
My high school graduating class included 5 NFL starters 5 years later. When I was in high school, unless you were an Olympic level talent, you did not play football. There were people on the sidelines who straight up deserved their own freaking full ride. And some of them got it with less than like 10 or 20 minutes of playing ball because they were part of the program here. Takeo Spikes, hometown boy, first guy to ever knock me out. I wouldn't let go of the ball. I walked around with it for the rest of the day in my hand because I wouldn't let them have it. Because the last thought I had before I got that concussion was don't drop the ball.
You know, while you're saying that, just made me think I want to do a quick shout out to Monsanto's and GMO corn.
Right.
Big shout outs to
Yeah, GMO corn, corn fed, big corn fed boys.
Yeah, that way you get some of them big old football players right there. I'll tell you what, we put steroids in them when they're age of 2.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Then you got folks like Rob
on gators is the best. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I've never tried.
He's not wrong. It's hard to get, but when you get it, it's good. But if you want to go with an actual delicacy, like a true, like Southern delicacy, and he'll back me up on this when he hears what I'm saying. whitetail backstrap, lightly sauteed. I know it sounds very simple, but the thing is, that stuff melts like butter. It's like meat butter. It's amazing. The taste is unbelievable.
Never even heard of something like that. Meat butter.
It's dude, a backstrap on a whitetail. Some of them are tiny deer, right? They're not real big, so it may only be 2 inches wide. You're talking about a piece of meat less than a medallion.
Oh, you're talking about the venison. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Right above the rump, the backstrap on the rump. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what
Right.
you're talking about now.
Dude, we used to. I used to run.
That is hard to get, bro. That actually is hard to get without fucking that all up. When you're.
We used to run a processing plant down here in the South, and this is like huge whitetail territory. These people are hunting for trophies, not for food. And so they would bring in deer to process, and all they wanted was the head and the front half of
just the cape,
fur, right? Just for the trophy, and just the cape, skull and helmet and all that.
Yeah.
So we would end up with 200-300 pounds of prime venison just sitting around. I once had a freezer full of 30 pounds of backstrap venison.
God dang,
dude, I ate that stuff. And it wasn't like every night. You can't eat that kind of stuff every night. You know what I'm saying? It's so
no. It's pretty good though.
It's
a little
really
bit here
good.
and there.
But when like you do some spaghetti, take you a piece about this big and chop it up real fine and throw it in there. You won't know exactly what it was that's different, but you'll know it's different.
Yeah, I like to take a quarter of ground venison and throw it in with a pound of meat. You know, so you got like that good mix there. It's real light on the venison, but it's in there, and then it makes your burgers got a different taste to them.
They're a little bit different density too.
Yeah, a little different density. You know, you season them up and stuff. The flavor doesn't change, but it's just the consistency. There's something a little.
I see something else that's really good.
What's that?
And I didn't know this until it just so happened that somebody was like, "Hey, can y'all process some buffalo?" We were like, hold on, let me check the weight limits on the machine.
Yeah, buffalo is crazy.
Yeah, I guess we can process buffalo. They're like, okay. So we end up in this little warehouse thing with the buffalo strung up, but only like his ass is off the ground. The rest of it's laying around
because he's that fucking big.
I thought this one through too much. Can we take it out back with the forklift and lift it? Because they're like, no, it's too heavy for the forklift.
Yeah. So you're talking a fucking 1,500, 2,000 pound fucking animal right there, man. Like fucking huge, dude.
But it's tasty. It's not deer and it's not beef, but it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, no, it's super good. Delicious. The other one that's super better than that is beefalo, bro. Beefalo is the real, like the super supreme. Beefalo, it's a mix between a cow and a bison.
I'm ordering it immediately. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, it's called beefalo.
You can't mix a cow and a bison. They're two different fucking animals, dude.
Yeah, no, they are, but you can mix their meats and you can make beefalo, bro.
Hold on. No, I don't believe you. YouTube has to
No, you can't like breed these animals. There's not an animal that walks around called beefalo. I've just meant the meat. You can mix the
5,000 views. Yeah, he'll be cool.
Ladies and gentlemen,
shit. Hold on. We're gonna find out about the fucking beefalo. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really good tasting shit too. That and rattlesnake is a big one too.
Rattlesnake is tasty, but I wouldn't try to fucking trap any. It's not worth the effort.
Currently, shit back in Coda.
Listen, if you're trying to live out in the wild in Georgia and you don't want to go on grid and you don't want to do any of that shopping shit, you need a fish basket, a trout line, and about 10 foot of freaking wire. You can get birds, pheasants, rabbits, fish, you freaking name it. You can have a freaking smorgasbord depending on what time of year it is. And you can always eat something with just a handful of crap you can fit in your pocket because it doesn't get cold enough to kill you. It doesn't get hot enough to kill you. You can pretty much drink the water wherever you happen to find it, provided it's not high summer. Because it's black water. It's like tea.
Wow, you're
Right.
talking about a lot of the Pacific Northwest right now. Is mostly
No,
like
I'm
that.
I'm in the high southeast. I'm actually over here in a
Right,
cloud
right.
forest. But I guess you'd be in a cloud forest too, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. So it kind of
Yeah,
makes
big time.
sense. We have these big ass beavers that have taken over the points in between all of the different foothills where the creeks come out. And they have been there since before Columbus showed up. So
Mm.
in some of these places, there might be a 30-foot beaver dam. Tall.
No, just some of the stuff you're saying about the forest though, and its bounty. Yeah, like I feel that every single day, man, around the sequoias here and the the way the
Aren't
forest is.
they kind of swampy things, or did they grow
The
on dry?
sequoia? Oh no, God, that's kind of hard. Yeah, they need to be wet. They're not like a swampy. They're not in a dry
Cloud forest
environment.
type swampy,
Yeah,
not
yeah. But
beaver
I
dams.
wouldn't say that it's like rainforesty or nothing right exactly where I'm at. If you go further north, Oregon, Washington, fuck yeah, they're forest a little bit more.
Northwest corner. You in the Panhandle over there by Gulfport, or are you talking?
No, I'm at
No, I'm
Mount Shasta.
talking Anarchy Television.
Oh,
He says he's in the northwest corner of Florida, but that's an interesting statement because there's a whole bunch of northwest corner.
yeah. There's one town in particular that got the best mayo ever for gato sandwiches in the Panhandle. Kind of neat.
Well,
I've learned absolutely nothing listening to you two guys for the last half hour because a
no,
lot of it
actually, that's
is.
not true. That is not true.
Hang on, hear me out. Hear me out. Snowy, shut up and listen. Right, just for a change. My turn. I
So-
show. My name above the fucking door. Right. I've learned absolutely nothing except, right, that certain parts of gator meat is really, really nice. Right. I'm probably never going to taste it. Right. But the sound of it, right, is absolutely wonderful. Right. And I'm taking nothing against you whatsoever. I've just sat back and listened to you two, and it's as if you're old friends.
Well, yeah.
And if Wingnut could come up, he would be able to tell you a few more things. However, we're into the last 15 minutes or so of the show because we're coming up to 3 hours. And unlike you, it's nearly midnight over here, and I've been up again since about 3 o'clock yesterday. Well, this morning, so I'm a little bit
Where are
tired.
we gonna go? Is Hippie live?
But
He'll let us do our bullshit there.
Mhm. So what I'm saying,
Well,
so what you're
please,
saying, Grim, is
continue.
you're trying to wind it down for the last 15 minutes, and you'd like us to have some directed points. Thank you. I will be taking that into advisement, and
Attentive.
give me 1 second.
doing fuck all about it, knowing you.
Okay, in today's news, it turns out the Rona was complete bullshit. In other news, Elon Musk takes over Twitter.
In UK news, breaking news, right? One of the auditors, DJ auditors, has hit the headlines for daring to fly a drone over Leicester City football training ground because Leicester City are furious.
The
Sorry,
British Parliament
but
considered this a Class 9 felony and sentenced him to execution. In other news,
Y'all want to learn about Beefalo?
Beefalo.
go for it.
Beefalo. It's 10 minutes.
Beefalo.
And it includes
Well,
That's
a
what
Beefalo.
he said,
little long,
buffalo.
but we just need the meat and
Beefalo
potato of it. What
is-
is Beefalo?
Beefalo. Our Beefalo. Beefalo history. Should we just jump into the Beefalo
That's all we
history?
need to know.
That's all we need to know. All right. So this is Dr. Dawson with the Beefalo.
So we raise Beefalo, which is a fairly unique breed. Basically, Beefalo are a hybrid between the American bison and a cow. So you can see that probably on screen right now. This breeding was first recorded back in the mid-1700s. However, the first intentional crossbreeding didn't really occur until the mid-19th century. Now, early attempts at hybridization were thought to produce only sterile offspring. However, there were a few reports where people had non-sterile animals, and specifically bulls were much more likely to be sterile than cows were. Eventually, it was decided that a lower percentage bison tended to produce a better animal as far as temperament goes. There was a big boom about beefalo in the 1960s and the 1970s, and it was supposed to be one of the next big things in animal agriculture. However, it faced some challenges with acceptance in the cattle world, as it wasn't easy to produce new hybrids with new genetics, and it was a fairly small genetic pool to begin with. The other challenge is that the marketing wasn't done very well. Consider the Angus Association and how well they did their marketing. I mean, if you go to just about any restaurant or fast food joint, you're going to see Angus on the menu specifically. The other challenge is that there are minimal consistent genetic differences between cattle and bison. And so some of the beefalo that have been produced don't really show any of the genetic markers for bison. And so even some beefalo that are beefalo aren't able to be registered with the Beefalo Association. And this makes a significant challenge within the small genetic beefalo community and makes it difficult to market it well. So my family started raising beefalo in the early.
Yeah, you heard what he's saying. And they're animals.
They're a thing.
Yeah, they're a thing. I tried to tell you.
I'm
They
not
raise
saying
them in
I don't
Coda.
believe you. I'm saying I don't believe you.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm just
saying I don't believe
thinking,
you. I just don't believe you.
It's a load of buffalo, that.
Yes,
I
it's
thought
a
they were different
buffalo and a
animals. I
cow
didn't even
together,
think they could
like
breed them out.
like a mule. You know what I mean? These are basically mules, right? When you take a donkey and a horse, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that's all they did was
I
take
got a
buffalo
story
and a
about a mule if you're interested.
Mm.
I had a great granduncle or something. I don't know who he was exactly, but story goes that he hooked up with a guy who was breeding thoroughbreds and accidentally had a mule created from these thoroughbreds, and then went into the black market racing industry and smoked everybody with his brand new thoroughbred racing mule. I don't know the veracity of this story, but it's in one of the family Bibles.
That is outstanding.
I thought it was great. It's right up there with old Bess.
Yep, great Uncle Winston. And that's when he won the third race with his black market racing mule. Who
Right?
even has underground racing mules? Like, I love that.
Apparently underground races has been a thing since things went verb.
Yeah. What kind of racing do you guys got over there in Britanstan? Bristania or whatever the fuck you call that.
London.
Yeah.
You mean in the not so great Britain?
Yeah.
Mainly horse racing and dog racing.
And chasing Prince Andrew, right? That's a thing too, right?
Yeah, well,
throwing tomatoes and
trying to
chasing
chase
Prince Andrew down the streets.
Well, I'll try and get rid of him, boss.
Yeah.
Let's export him to America.
I don't want him.
That would not even be the worst thing that's happened in the past 20 years.
Well, we got rid of Harry and Meghan.
Right?
I got a good question. So what does everybody think about... So I didn't think it was going to go this way. I thought Elizabeth took it away from him because of Diana. But what does everybody think about King Charles? Like, is everybody pretty happy, or they hate it, or what?
Well, I don't know, because I don't like the idea of the royal family anyway. I mean,
you don't like the monarchy or the...
I mean, the only thing the Queen ever did was give us an extra day off work. I think that was through a funeral.
That.
But now we've got sort of like one of the heads of dare I say it, the turds looking after us now, and he's got a coronation. They've had to arrange for the crown to be altered and redesigned so it will sit on his head, and because of his ears.
Oh no!
So,
when's the last time the crown got altered? A long time ago, right?
When the Queen got it.
Oh, okay. So every new monarch then changes it?
Yeah, the crown jewels, right. So the crown is redesigned when there's a new monarch.
Yeah.
for the head of the monarch, and it's made from the crown jewels. So the crown is taken away, broken down, and the jewels are removed, and a new one is made.
That has to be
But
like the highest security thing on planet Earth when that's going on, man. Holy shit. And then could you imagine that like casino heist if you were the one who was able to swap them for like fake jewels? And you'd be like,
yes,
got the crown jewels. Like, that'd be
well,
fucking
it's
wild as fuck.
still treasonable, and it's one of the few things it is to steal the crown jewels. You could
Oh
spend
yeah,
your
no, that
lifetime in
should
the
be
tower.
the death sentence, man. That should be instant
You
execution
know,
if you even attempt it. They'll like look
Did-
at them
but
wrong.
I'm sure
Did
I
any
read
of y'all-
somewhere.
Did
I
any
could
of
be
y'all
wrong, but
weird teachers that asked you to plan robberies or crimes or anything?
No.
no.
Okay, we were asked to come up with the perfect crime by a literature teacher while doing a thing on Sherlock Holmes.
I have a quick question before that. Your literary teacher that asked this, were they going through a divorce or anything like that before this assignment? Just curious. Okay,
No.
all right.
No, I
They
was just
didn't
thinking
owe
the
taxes or
research of the
anything?
perfect crown.
He's
Right,
still
exactly
married
right.
to that woman today. Like,
Oh, geez.
20
And they
years
didn't owe taxes or nothing like that? Like,
Nothing like that.
Okay.
He
I'm
did
just
this
curious.
every year, and it was a little controversial, but
Yes.
nothing ever came up. But anyway, everyone, of course, plans a perfect murder, right? I don't know why that's where everyone goes to, but when they hear perfect crime, they immediately go to murder and plan the perfect murder. I planned how to rob every bank in my hometown during parade day without setting off alarms or notifying the cops until 30 minutes after the caper had been pulled down. And he actually brought me in after class and was like, look, we need to talk about this. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty shady. And he's like, I'm going to turn this into the cops. I said, you probably should. Because somebody can come along and just rob this joint.
Yeah. You might want to. Yeah. You might want to let them know. You got a little bit of a security.
No shit. I had mentioned it before, but nobody took me seriously. It wasn't until I wrote it down with bullet points that they were like, whoa, wait a second. Because I'm also on a major pipeline for the East Coast. I can lock down the cop for an hour and a half easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep them
Hard
real
pass.
busy.
Oh, yeah, real busy. Like they wouldn't even look this way. Middle of the parade day, too.
That's how all major
hour and a half
heists
in that
are
ball,
done,
dude.
is
Freedom.
major distraction from the place. That's how the biggest ones have always been done. I think one of the biggest heists ever is painting or some shit. I don't know. I watched the thing about
Dude,
it.
it's weird. They stole the painting. The two security guys and the janitor get taped up in the basement. The cops show up later and they're like, hey, who did this? And they go, well, they were really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dude was taped up, had this big fur ball haircut, but he was taped up around his eyes and stuff. Suspect as hell. But apparently, after all of the investigation, they took a real good look at him and the other two security guards, the janitor, and everybody. And these folks are clean as a whistle. They never had a damn thing to do with any of it. They were just as baffled as everyone else.
Yeah, what the fuck even happened?
Came in and took some art.
So I heard in the local news around here, down in Sacramento, I believe it is, there was an armed car robbery. I guess two dudes went up, distracted the guard, asking him for directions and shit, and then the third guy went up and grabbed the money bag that was sitting on the thing, walked away. Like a couple of million or some shit was in the bag. It's crazy, bro. Like, and what balls do you got to have to do that? All right, you two go over there and ask him how to get to the Fuddruckers.
No, that's not what you do. You walk up and you pay a couple that's from out of town $60 to go over and ask directions from that guy.
Yep.
I tell you to. We stand here and we bullshit for 10 minutes and then I go, okay, go ask them directions, and I'll walk away and go do my other part. I'm sorry, I automatically plan things. I should shut up.
That's exactly how that went down, basically. I mean, other than the two dudes. But I guess the cops came back, though, and they grilled the two dudes that were asking the directions or whatever.
You're going to get a description of
They
this.
snitched on the last dude that grabbed the bag, but the last dude took off, and they're still trying to find him right now.
Exactly. You're going to get a description of me, but the description of the guy who walks away with that money is going to be totally different. And I advise anyone who plans on planning a caper to read the Stainless Steel Rat series.
Oh, what sucks though is they're going to charge the two dudes with the robbery though.
Of course they are, because they were involved.
They
They just didn't realize.
Well, the cops are saying that they were totally in on it. Of course, the two dudes are like, we don't know shit. We weren't in on shit. We don't know nothing. But
it would have been just some random guy I found on the street. It'd be these two guys over here who really need $60 right now.
Yeah, that kind of is their story too. Is they said they were kind of trying to say they didn't know shit. Fucking, they just went and acted randomly.
When I was working in this little small town down the road, I worked with a dude who was a previous employee of the JPL Laboratories, right? I find this out and I'm like, that's really weird. What the fuck are you doing in this tiny town in the middle of Georgia, in the middle of nowhere, building freaking windows in a glass factory that is not even on the map? Why are you here? We're playing chess because, he liked to challenge. So we're over here, we're doing the maintenance man thing. We work together every day. And then Tuesday, he doesn't show up. Wednesday, he doesn't show up. Thursday, we get news that he had robbed 3 banks in the middle Georgia area.
Oh,
I watched him plan that shit and didn't catch it. I saw things that should have connected, but didn't, because it never crossed my mind to rob a bank. I'm not evil.
Dude, that shit's wild.
Even though you wrote about it in school.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's an idea. It's a thought. It's a thought experiment. It's not something I would actually do. But Grim, when I apply my planning capabilities to a situation, it is planned. It is executed, and it goes off flawlessly, unless it involves this freaking laptop.
I was going to say, unless it involves YouTube.
Well, maybe it might be YouTube. I haven't. That might be the case.
Well, come off. You and I have worked out that one of the reasons why certain shows are successful, even afterwards, is because they're not planned. Because as soon as you start planning something, it goes tits up.
Horribly wrong.
Never works.
Exactly. Okay. So I've got this gimmick that I've been doing, and it's been working pretty good. It's good for about 150 views every live stream. But every now and then, and it happened, and I know exactly what causes the difference. Sometimes I have 4 or 5 people in there and we're sitting around talking about the subject in hand. Other times I'll have 40 people in there and it's a freaking party. Now, the difference is how I feel when I start the stream. I know that sounds nuts, but something about me feeling good and doing good brings in more viewers. People enjoy watching me have fun playing with everything and all my toys, right? But when I've got a headache or my neck hurts or I don't feel great and I just do the show, that's not what people want to see. They'll watch it. They'll watch it just because I might do something funny. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's how much I enjoy it is what determines how much traction.
I think it also depends on the number of on who's on the show as well.
It can. I get
when
more
you're doing a live.
Okay, all right. So I've got 2 different formats that I use. One is Shilling with Sasquatch, which is me showing channels that I like. And it's specifically things I like. I never do a negative show. I might find negative things in the show, but it's specifically a positive show about channels that I like, right? Mm-hmm. Or I do a Sasquatch Shills, which is where I bring in a single channel and present their content. And that's a sort of different thing. Mm. Those do well regardless. Hey, man, you're about ready to get off of here. I'm going to take myself off your big screen up here, so I'll shut the fuck up. Won't bother you no more.
Okay. I'll speak to you again soon. You know that. I'll probably end up with a couple of hours sleep and back on YouTube. You know how it goes. Thank you, Sasquatch Snowy, for turning up. Are you still there, Trinity? Because I'd hate to kick you. But anyway, folks, for all of those who've joined in, taken part, and everything else, thanks so much for being here. You didn't have to be, but thanks very much. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you again real soon, folks. Bye for now.